Right, everyone, WeaponCollector here. Another weekend, another stream. I'll let you know when I can see the comments. I've got a weird feeling I've forgotten something again. So if you notice anything that you think looks wrong or sounds wrong, let me know. But as far as I'm aware, everything is done right. Camera's obviously on. the right microphone's plugged in. The thingy, the picture frame is turned on. Yeah, so it should be done. I was rushing around again. So I'll come over to the comments in a second. I'll just do my usual business. So if you're new to this channel and you like weapons and stuff like that, don't forget to subscribe, like the stream, comment, join in, join in, have a chat with like-minded people. One good news for some of the UK people who like to support, I've now got Amazon.co.uk associate links. They're in the more info section. They'll be in all of the videos from now on, and they'll be on my channel as well on the about bit. So anyone who wants to support me and shops from Amazon.co.uk or .com, use my links and I get 7 to 10% of what you spend at no cost to you. So as long as you use my links, you can go on there, you can buy a telly or something, and I'll get 10% of what you spend. Or you could just buy something for £1. You know what I mean? So it's up to you. You know what I mean? You don't have to buy specific things, anything. Right, I'll come over to the comments now. Right, I'm just going to refresh this page to make sure I've got it all done right. And then I'll let you know when I can see your comments. I can see there's a couple of people on. Right, let's get to live chat. That's done. And I'll put my screen on so I can see myself. Right. So Liam's on, right, Liam? Right, Z, not Z. Glow in the Dark's on. Dumble Sail Boo, Jacob, and Midnight Rider. Is that Tony? Or is that no? That is Midnight Rider, isn't it? Yeah, Tony, someone else. Ignore that, Midnight Rider. Right, hang on, I'll just show your comment. Dave's on, right. Let's have a look, see if there's any questions in there. Weapons and stuff, that should be good with the Amazon UK thing, as I actually use Amazon UK quite often, so we'll use your link if I remember. Cheers, mate. Yeah, I finally set it up. Took me ages and ages, but I thought, sod it, I'll do it. You know what I mean? I just didn't want like loads of different accounts, you know what I mean? But it makes more sense to do it. You know what I mean? Especially now. At one point, I probably had more American viewers than UK viewers, but it's changed now. Like this year, it's gone to majority with the. I'll tell you what it was the knife band stuff, and the videos I did for that. My demographic changed. There's more UK now. Midnight Rider said, "Hi, Mac. Hi, Mike. How you doing? I'm all right, mate." He said, "If you don't mind, I asked what the fuck happened to your left eyebrow." Well, it's my right in real life, but it'd be left on now, I suppose. That was. I can't tell you the whole thing, but it was. I just describe it as some kind of altercation where I got bitten on the eyebrow. Yeah. And then I was arrested, and then it went all septic. And yeah, so it didn't really get looked at for 3 days. And by the time it did get looked at, it had gone septic, and I needed antibiotics and that. So they had to keep like cleaning it right out. It's probably looked worse than it would have been, you know what I mean? Right. I've said all right to everyone, and Dumble Sail Boo, do they do vibrating pussies? I'm up for that if Amazon does that. Yeah, you get one, mate. I'm sure they do. Get the dearest one possible. Give me as much commission as I can get. I don't mind what you buy. I'll be able to see what is purchased, but I won't know who buys it though. So you're all right there. You're safe there. Jacob said, "Long live international markets." Dumble Sail Boo, Mike Tyson starter before he bit off Holyfield's ear. Yeah, I think so. Glow in the Dark, do you have a Makarov on your wall, Mike? No, I haven't, mate. I got the closest I had to that was if a Makarov is what I think it is. Let me think. Not let me think. Let me look. Yeah, the closest thing I had to that, I did have a little blank firing PPK once. He said, "I fancy buying one. Wouldn't mind closer look if it is one." By the way, love the giveaway vid. Great looking at the past, mate. I enjoyed that. I'll tell you what I've got to do something. It'll be brilliant if I can do it. I don't know how many of you remember, but you've obviously seen the video. But there's a little kid in it, isn't there? Tommy. I wouldn't mind doing a video with Tommy again. In fact, I wouldn't mind getting Tommy and Jay, they was the ones doing the file with me, to recreate that exact scene, because Tommy does not look like that anymore, and it'd be funny to show it. You know what I mean? Like, because he was a kid then, he's an adult now. You know what I mean? Yeah, so I may, if I can get them to. Jay definitely would, and Tommy would. It's just getting everyone to get at the same time. Yeah, I would like to redo a video with Tommy just for a laugh, recreate that exact scene. You'd see the difference what he looks like now. Weapon stuff. At one point, Diak, Makarovs, and PPKs were only about 200 quid each. Sadly, not anymore. Yeah. That's not a bad price, is it, for a blank fire deactivated pistol? My blank firing PPK, because I got that in the days when you could get the black ones. I think I bought it second hand for about 30 quid. Richard Smith, you're right, mate. He said, "Hi, Mike. Been up to much? I've been forging a rapier blade today. I think of doing a wire hilt for it." Oh, nice. That sounds good. You have to whack that on a video. Now, to be honest, all I've been doing today was I did that knife review I did today, but to be honest, not a lot of people watch them. Cooked the dinner, started reading this. I've took the bloody cover off, so I'll just show you the bit. That. After I've finished that, I'm going to have a break from books for a bit, get back into films. But yeah, I haven't really done a lot today. Oh yeah, here's something for you lot to do. Go on to the video. I've put a little bit of a joke poll on there. Go on to the video, put your arrow over the video that's playing, and there'll be an exclamation mark in the corner. Click that, scroll down a little bit, and fill in the poll for me. Like I said, it's a bit of a joke poll on my part, just to make you have to look at something. I'll tell you what I have ordered as well. For 4 quid, those 2 quid each, 2 different nose hair cutters. It's weird. My nose doesn't itch at all until I come on these bloody videos, and I can't stop it. Yeah, I've ordered 2 nose hair trims, so if one don't work, the other one will. Number Boo, you know what I'm going to ask, mate. Any viewing of a certain TV adapted graphic novel incorporating a imaginary friend? I assume you mean Happy. If I'm right, I looked it up today, but where I look on my normal stuff, I couldn't find it. So I'll have a proper look and get it. I don't have anything like Netflix and all that, so I have to go to that place I mentioned. I'll find it eventually, mate. Gary, right, mate? Jacob said, "I think we can all agree on the banning of guns doesn't solve anything." That's totally true, mate. And it doesn't do anything. Stuff. Yeah, speaking of second hand, managed to find a Mark 7 helmet on eBay with the helmet cover and some scrim on it at 55 quid, so I was able to use my Patreon money on it, meaning I will have a decent helmet. Oh, nice. I'll have to look that one up, see which one that is. Oh, no, so that's a proper modern good one, then, yeah. Gary Jacob, did you read the Robert Escobar book Saps and Back? Not yet. I'm going to, when I finish this, I'll probably start that. I just want to finish this one first. Glow in the Dark said, "Does anyone remember battle orders from back in the day? I remember reading through Gunmart as a kid and asking my dad if he could get this and that, and other from the classified days." That what you mean? I've even got down there battle orders catalogue, so I definitely remember it, mate. Yeah, I done a video on them actually. Have a look on my catalogue nostalgia. I haven't done this one yet, but yeah, I've got an old. When's that one from? 2010. Jacobs, how would an official flag of guns look? How would an official flag of guns look? I don't know what that means, mate. Watch out for those no-hairs clippers. I bought one and the battery went flat while it was up my hooter. And no R's in the house. So lots of screaming and pulling. Oh, triple A's, yeah, sorry. Pulling hairs out the bastards. Yeah, I've done that. That's actually why I snapped my other one in half. It done that exact thing. Yeah, ran out of fucking batteries. And I got so pissed off. I didn't mean to break it in half, but I sort of squeezed it too hard and it fucking snapped. Two, Tom. I remember backloaders. Yeah, I've got some down here. I've got some backloaders here. I've actually got some in my room right now. One there. JT said, all right, yeah, not bad, mate. Yeah, go on my channel, look up Catalogue Nostalgia. I've got videos on backloaders. Jumble Boo said, been watching the TV series Lost in Space, new series. What, like brand new, is it? Oh, didn't know they'd done another one. Mark 7, it was current British Army one, but they're apparently changing for something else. As a massive burden to the taxpayer, and the new helmet costs around $2,000 per helmet. Not a British company either. Fucking hell, that's well dear, isn't it? Gary Jacobs, so far it's excellent, you'll love it. I'll definitely will read it, obviously. Do you know what I mean, Gary? But yeah, I'll check it out soon. I just want to. Malcolm highly recommended me to read The Outsider first because I just finished 3 other books. He said finish that one, and then he said that one's worth reading straight away. Yeah, now once I've done that, I may have a week off of books then, though, but then I'll start that. Glow in the Dark said, yes, mate, many a day looking through Gunmark. I'll have to have a look at your previous vids for the magazine Nostalgia. Yeah, look on there. Just put in Catalogue Nostalgia or Nostalgia. It'll come up. This I haven't done yet. I don't know. I might have to just pick out the good bits in this, but there's so much in it. I mean, you'd never do a full video on that, but... Tom, I was thinking of a website, to be honest. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, I think they was in the day before the website, you know what I mean? Jacob said, the good old days with everything took so long. Kids now complain about 5 seconds waiting time. Yeah, exactly. I used to quite enjoy, yeah, you'd get these. I don't know if it's got one in it. You'd fill out the order form, and then in those days, I'd either have to fill out a check or get a postal order, but I used to do checks. Yeah, send it off, and then hopefully in 30 days you got what you wanted. But I had quite a few things off of Battle Orders. I used to like them. Dumble Boo said, Battle Orders were a great company, but legislation over the last 20 years made the original owner give up, which was a shame. I remember you telling me that. It is a pity. It's sad, really, isn't it? What can you do? Glow in the Dark said, oh, that took me back. I had all the blank filters. We still do. Blank fires, I assume you mean. The Beretta 92F blank fire. I had one of them. I had a chrome one. Made by Brunny. It was excellent quality, and I still have it this day. Yeah, I sadly haven't got mine. I had a chrome one of them. I went and sold all mine in the end. Well, I say I wish I hadn't, but it don't matter because I still got a good enough collection for me anyway. But yeah, I had a Desert Eagle, PPK, the Beretta, about 3 or 4 revolvers. Glow in the Dark said, Scale Mead's the only one I've never heard of. I must have missed out on that one. Battle Orders and Utting's guns, they were the bollocks back in the day. Yeah, the Scale Mead one, Jumble Boo's mentioned that quite a few times. I must have missed that every single time. I've not missed it every time. When I was, I must have just never seen that one. But I don't know about you. Where did you lot get your catalogues from originally? Because I'll tell you where I got them all from. Out of the back of a newspaper. I found ads in the back of newspapers that said about getting, fill this thing out and they start sending you the catalogues. That's how I got them. JT said, I've got a Swiss Army knife and I've bent the end so bad I can't shut it properly. I've had it since I was 15, so I don't want to chuck it. Any advice on fixing it? Well, what I would do, is it the tips, Ben? Let me just read that again. If it's the tip, you want to put it on something hard. So let me get my Swiss Army knife and try and show you. What I would recommend you do is say if the end bent, you want to put it on something hard, a very hard surface, and then get a hammer and try and flatten it back down. You could put it in something in between, like anything where you can put it in between, in a vise. So if you haven't got a vise, in the crack of a door sometimes works, and just gradually bend it back. But unless you really badly bend it, I don't think you'd snap the end off of one of these. Jacob said, I remember how my grandfather had a medieval sword. He paid for it to be cleaned and it got stolen by him. Ah, fucking hell. That's terrible. I hope he got it back or got it done or something. Do you know what I mean? Or did something. Do you know what I mean? Richard Smith, I managed to find a local milling factory that sells steel offcuts. Got enough steel to make 10 swords for £18 after the rapier build. I'm planning on doing a Polish sabre next. Oh, that's bloody brilliant, mate. That's excellent. That's just the kind of stuff you want to. It's getting a bit imaginative with your materials. It's always the best way to go. Scrapyards and that, and find out people who've got stuff that they don't want. Best way for it. Lona Dark said, I've got all my catalogues by writing letter to the companies through Gunmart ads. Yeah, nice. Yeah, mine, it was in the back of a newspaper. In the mid-90s, I would have said, because it would have been when I was working. When I first started working, So actually, it would have been, mid to late 90s. Lona Dark said, before the internet, etc., I got into guns, weapons about 1990. Yeah. Double Selber, yeah. Out of the back of Gun and Mart, etc., I heard of scale meeting battle orders. Can't remember where I heard of Spy Tech. Now, I think Spy Tech I found in the back of a newspaper between the sports bit and the fucking little comic strip bits. Rumble Sabu, yeah. Out the back of Gun, I read that, didn't I? Glenn Dark said, Spy Tech were brilliant. I forgot about them. Very expensive, though. Went down to London in 1993 to their shop. Really cool kit. Oh, that sounds good. Yeah, I had loads of stuff from Spy Tech. I used to love them. Definitely one of my favourites. Tom Tid, I remember Spy Tech. Yeah, brilliant. I used to love them. Sadly, I didn't have none of the really good catalogues, because the older ones had the more interesting stuff in. The one catalogue I could find was one of like the later ones, and it didn't have the stuff like extendable battens in and that, and the Koshers. Because I've done videos on them, and that would have been more interesting to see that kind of stuff. So Ed Notzy said, that worked. For some reason, it wouldn't let me post a comment for a bit. No, mate, unless you was writing. I have got certain words blocked, but you're not put one in there. Who knows? To stop people talking about certain things, I've got certain words blocked, so I don't have to, just easier that way. Do you know what I mean? Jacob said, guns in UK for checks, everything banned. Guns here, you can have them, but no stock. That's weird, isn't it? We can have guns over here. It's just it's a lot more restricted, and and I think people are made to think you can't. Do you know what I mean? But with a firearms license and that, and the right places to shoot and that, you can have pretty much. Well, you can have pretty much any rifles anyway. You know what I mean? Not any, but you don't know what I mean anyway, don't you? So everyone been liking the stream. Don't forget to like the stream. If anyone's new, if anyone didn't hear my little bit at the beginning, I've now got Amazon.co.uk associate links. So if you shop at Amazon.co.uk, you can support me now by using my links. Actually, I'll see if anyone filled out my questionnaire thing. X-ray Zulu, right, mate? Yeah, so I should have a couple of nose air trimmers coming. Then what the other day I found an old M16 AR-15 airsoft thing I was given last year. I had an AR-BB AR-15 once, and I don't know why, I just gave it away. Still to this day, I think, why the hell did I do that? That would look good on there, you know. I just gave it away. I think I just didn't want nothing like BB guns and that at the time, not realising how hard they would suddenly become to get. You know what I mean? Glow and Dark said we use HK, G36 and Glock 17. HK I don't rate. Glock I like, but I prefer the 19 or MP5, but no choice. No, but that's good, you know, having a, well, I don't know how you describe it, but you know what I mean? Carry one of them. You know what I mean? Oh, fucking hell. Having still on it, kick the computer. Then not Z. It's a bit crap, plastic and not gas operated. That's the kind I had. You kept pull it back for one shot. It don't matter, does it? But I had a bit of fun with it. Bush crapping, you right, mate? Got your package yet? Jacob said, anyone else so paranoid like me that you want to carry a letter opener in your sleeve? You're not allowed to do that here, mate. Glow in the Dark. Have you had a look at the Face movie yet? Robbie Carlyle on YouTube free. Have a look, everyone. Hidden gem. No, but I've got it still written down, mate. Well, I should have. I'll write it down again anyway. Because of them books, I haven't actually watched any. I've been like reading books constantly for the past 2 weeks. Who was it who mentioned Flesh and Blood 85? I've got that written down. Right, I've got that. I've written that down again, mate. So yeah, I'll check it out eventually. Once I've finished. When I do read books, I go a bit mad. I sort of read them like all day long. So it only takes me about 4 days to read a book. So I can do it then. Peach and 80, you right, mate? Yo. Bush crapping, not today, mate. I'll let you know as soon as it comes. Yeah, when did I send that? Kept the receipt just in case. Because when I took it up there, did I say to you the bloody thing wouldn't work? So we had to do it again. I've done my own printout thing, printout label. Glow in the Dark said, congrats Bush crapping on winning the comp. Well done, mate. Weapons and stuff. At Dungeness Power Plant one year, my granddad started chatting to some of the armed cops, was telling them he had a 303 Enfield. They were friendly enough. I think they had MP5s, if I remember right. Yeah, when I went to London with my mate Josh, we were speaking to the ones at Downing Street. I assume it is. Yes, Downing Street, isn't it? Yeah, we were speaking to one of them for about 10 minutes. Order in the back of the old mags. You either had poor quality black and white small pictures of the items you wanted to order, or just a verbal description. That was me, mate. Flesh and Blood. Yeah, saying about verbal descriptions. Yeah, them two shotguns, the single barrel and the double barrel, was that. It was a clipping in a newspaper. I've still got it somewhere actually, if I can find it. It was a clipping in a newspaper, just called the English Armoury, and it just described the shotguns. I've got it here somewhere. I kept it. Bet it ain't in here now. But yeah, that had no pictures at all. I probably left it up in the loft. But I'm sure I did get that down. Maybe mixed up somewhere now, though, inside one of the other catalogues or something. Oh, yeah, that's a pity. There's a battle orders order form. Yeah, I ain't got it. But I did notice when I was looking through all these catalogues, I actually did have the offcut, the cutting. It said English Armory, and it just said double barrel shotgun, 49 quid, 69 quid or something. Single barrel shotgun, 49 quid. Cheap as anything. Actually, Julie, BB guns, airsoft, good family fun in the garden, very, very, very least cheap target practice. BB balls being happily expended. Yeah, they're good for the stuff like that, ain't they? You know, a bit of you know, bushcrapping. I can't remember it was Friday or Saturday, I think. Yeah, I can't. And maybe it was Wednesday I sent it. Second class takes about 3 days. So yeah, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, yeah. I aim to deliver in 3 days, so it might be Pete said, that nose hair trimmer come yet? No. I had a quick go with some scissors quickly. Wasn't good enough. Glow in the Dark said, what are the rules regarding CIA letter openers? Bought one in 1992, but I believe they are prohibited now. I think I'm allowed to keep it. Phoned prior to 1995. I'm not actually sure. A lot of them things I don't have a bloody clue after. Or I start getting mixed up. I have to refresh myself a lot of the time. Yeah, but I think Jumble Sabu's just said it. I think if the new legislation comes through, they'd be illegal to own. So they must be, yeah, you can't buy them now, but you can own them. That new legislation comes in, you won't be able to own it. Melanie Rob, you're right, mate. John Dark said, we used to carry MP5s, but now HK, they're cheaper. Jacob, collectors of papers, right there in the chat. Yeah, exactly. Did you see it? I think I should be just called the collector, DVD collector, weapon collector, catalogue collector, nose hair collector. Actually, Julie, only receipt I ever kept was for a poncho. I had to send the poncho back and they told me to keep the receipt. I can tell you receipts are shit at keeping you dry, fuckers. Well, I'll tell you what I know from experience also, that keeping the bloody receipts for the Royal Mail never bloody work either. Because I done that and then the package went missing. I said, I've got the receipt proving I sent it. And they said, well, now you've got to prove the price of the item you sent. And it was something I made, so I couldn't. Jumble Sabu said, yeah, you can own the CIA letter opener at present, but if the new legislation goes through, you won't be able to. Bushcrapping, you can't buy letter openers. I haven't heard about that. I'll tell you what it is, bushcrapping. The CIA letter opener is like it's a plastic type one, and they're classed as like stealth knives, or like knives. They don't like them because they can get through metal detectors. So yeah, a normal letter opener would be all right, but if it's made of plastic and designed, I think the other point is it's designed for got one use sort of thing. You know what I mean? Beach Night said the collector in cinema soon. I don't think that is a film, isn't it? I'm sorry about Mike. We need to do an outdoor vid in the woods, mate. Yeah. Oh, I'm going to do one. It's going to happen soon. Well, I'm glad that I think the problem was they were marketed as letter openers, but are essentially stealth knives. I liked it as it had the CIA logo on it. Jumbles Elbow, but they added a metal keyring hoop so they got around the law. Yeah, it's I love the way they get around things like that. Yeah, like a keyring on it. Right, I got some brand new coffee here that I've never tried, so I'm gonna try a bit. I think it's called Law or Door. Law, I think it's Law. You can't tell by the writing. Yeah, bit it ain't bad. Not very strong, but I might not put enough in. Dumble, Bushcracker said, oh, I see. Jacob said, we got the guns to letter openers. Wonderful. Yeah. Can't have anything in this guy. You can have a plastic knife if it's for cooking. Can't have it if it's for anything else. I think it was gardening and possibly, no, not gardening, cooking and possibly, what was everything they said? I can't remember. Bushcracker, we should get on with the wolf pack thing before the good weather goes away. I'll sort it out soon. I'm going to start doing my outdoor videos probably the end of this month. So yeah, might start it then. Once I get out once, it'll motivate me a bit then, you know what I mean? Random stuff. Yeah, I've had some law pods for the Tassimo. It's all right, but they were always the make 250 more so coffee with the pod. I prefer a stronger espresso type one. You can get smaller cups. You can use smaller cups. Yeah, I may not have put enough in it. It's the first time we'd got it. It was instant coffee, Z not Z. Yeah, maybe I didn't put enough in. It tastes all right. Like some coffee you drink it, you're like, yeah, it's a bit dirty. Do you know what I mean? You know, a bit bitter. That's quite smooth. It just don't taste very strong. Devil's elbow, you could have offered us the belt buckles for a while, where you could unscrew the metal prong. Yeah, I've seen them. They soon stopped that. Yeah, I had a couple of I knew some people who had them. It always used to amaze me that you could get away with that. You know, that's how simple it was. Do you know what I mean? Learner Dark said, bought a couple of bits and pieces from Helston Gunsmith today. Highly recommend them to everyone. Never, where are they, mate? I'll have a quick look. Or is that a website as well? Oh, nice. Yeah, I didn't know if it was a shop. Yeah, oh, nice. Just been on their website. Anthony Rob said, what would be the best gas marks to buy? I don't own one, but I'd like to buy a good one and not garbage. I would guess, without seeing what Liam would tell you, an S10. If you want to know about gas masks, Liam can tell you. But yeah, I think it's S10 in it. That's if you're in America, aren't you? Or is it Canada? I don't know. Yeah. Where are you from, Lenny Rob? I can't remember if it was America or Canada, wasn't it? Richard Smith, like the zombie knives law, manufacturers just changed the colour and removed the biohazard symbols and sold them as family knives. Yeah. It's surprising how easy you can get around these things. If things are, I think that's probably why they deliberately don't word things too specifically now. If they are very specific, you can get around it easily. I sprained my wrist earlier, was smacking punching bag with an NPC suit on. Landed a really dodgy punch and fuck that hurt me. What's that for a video? Well, I hope your wrist's alright. But I want to see that video. It sounds good. So if you haven't done it, you got to do it. Jacob's been now coffee. What a conversation. Well, we just change it up, mate. Go from anything. Bring up anything you want. Go from coffee to nose hairs to gas masks to anything you want. Got these in the post today. I bought these with the Patreon money. So I've got a load of batteries for some of the sights. You know, my telescopic sight's got a illuminated reticle, and some of these red dot sights. I don't know if you'll be able to see that. And I also got, for the crossbow build, I've got this. I'll just show you in the bag. Weaver rail. I want to have a proper weaver rail on it. Put sight on. There's a couple of quid as well. Going to Dark said, Manny Rob, SL10 cheap and decent. Pete said, the Costa Mocha is nice, tastes like chocolate. All the Bosch Costa instant coffee is nice. I'm a bit of a black coffee person myself. I don't really have any milk or any sugar. Yeah, it's always black coffee for me. Other stuff depends where Melanie is, as various countries have different masks at different prices. Other stuff, yeah, it should be up next week, that video. Beastery sent me loads of new stuff, so I was testing the modern Polish Army NBC suit. Very good suit, but yeah, my wrist hurts. That sounds like a good video, though. I'm looking forward to that. Jacob said, could you use modern art as a weapon? Yeah, I think so. Definitely, couldn't you? Definitely. You've only got to watch some of them old slapstick films where they're putting getting paintings and whacking them over people's heads. You know, or snap off a statue's arm, club or something like that. Dad not say tried Colombian coffee made it in cafeteria for preference. Made in a cafeteria for preference. It was really nice. I'll have to look into it. I like my coffee, but at the same time I drink what I'm given. Do you know what I mean? I drink what's been bought. Also, Spytek sold the concealed pen knives and the hairbrush combers and novelty letter openers. I had to stop selling them when they were disguised knife law came in. Yeah, where's my Spytek? Oh no. The only thing, the ones I've already reviewed, I put away. I would have got it out. Oh no, it is. Oh no, this one don't have it though, does it? No, because this is when they stopped it. This has got a couple of the things in, I think. I'm going to show some people some of them. But no, I think even by this one, they'd stopped all that. I'll have a quick look, see what we've got in here. Yeah, I don't think this has got any. Oh no, it has got the it's got the weird Spider-Man thing that Liam said looked like it was Spider-Man holding his cock. I think that's what you said, didn't you, Liam? Richard Smith, I once filled a bag with sand. The thing weighed 500 £. That thing used to knacker me out until the wall bracket broke. I bet it did. You know. Jacob Soska, Sky's knife, still a bloody knife. Yeah, exactly. Both grabbing same here, mate. I love coffee, but I settle for instant. Yeah, I drink what I'm given. So grabbing and stuff. I have the coffee machine with some really good coffee pods, but more often than not, I still make cheap instant coffee. Red Dark said I thought Colombian coffee was white marching powder. Yeah, it sounds like it, doesn't it? Did not say Yanks call cafeterias French presses, I believe. Oh, cafetiere. See, I was reading that wrong. Cafetiere, sorry. I read that as fucking cafeteria, didn't I? Yeah, cafetières. Oh, right. Yeah, I know what you mean. Is that the little thing that looks almost like a metal coffee pot, little thing? Put it on the is that what that is? Or is it the thing you press through? Oh yeah, no, it is, yeah. That's both, yeah. Pete said, is the new knife law still moving or has it frozen? I'll tell you what, Pete, I don't know at the minute, but I've set up Google alerts so that if any new news comes through, I'll get alerted straight away. But that's all I know, do you know what I mean? Bullfrog said, did you see the milk jug punch Jack Striker and Mexico Shooter did? Hurt my hands when copying what I did, but with no wrist support. I did watch that. I've seen yours and because you was just doing it anyway, and then they did like a version of it, didn't they? Well, I've seen Jack's anyway and yours. Black coffee is like toxic waste for Dungeness power plant. Well, my thing is I don't like milk, so I have to have it black, and I'd even have tea with no milk, to be honest. Did not see. Yeah, I didn't mean cafes. Yeah, I read it as bloody cafeterias the first time. Open the stuff. Finally, I'll just come up with a list. Decent mask regardless. S10, FM12, M40, C4, MP5 for Sheeder F2. Double sail boo. Think that the Sky's knife law came in around the late 1990s. Yeah, this catalogue's too late for that. That's the thing. This is probably one of the later Spyteks, and it's not got any of the good stuff in it. Slingshot Warrior, you right, mate? Good to see you on. Hey, Chen as well, you right, mate? Lots of gas masks are all beautiful. Why choose design for collecting? I got one gas mask. I got the old Nokia M61. Is it? Forgotten again. I ain't getting it out there. Well, unless you want me to, I will. Pete said iced tea is nice, but mostly coffee for me. Yeah, my thing is I don't like milk. Oh no, it's not I don't like milk. Milk leaves a dirty taste in my mouth. So I just write something down, so I stopped drinking it. Never had iced tea, I don't think. Or not like gone somewhere and bought it, if you know what I mean. Then not the does make you wonder who first came up with the idea to squeeze a cow's tit and drink what came out. I know, it's bizarre, because it's quite unnatural as well, really, isn't it? You know. Ringshot Warrior said, I'm not a big fan of communist. But stuff because she is asking for good working mass, not random surplus. Pink said, AK the big nose, yeah. Learner Dark said, do you or anyone know how much to realistically pay for a decent samurai sword before they are banned? I ain't got a clue, to be honest. I think even now, though, the cheap ones, you can get cheap, good handmade ones for about 100 quid. And they are handmade, and I think they would still be legal, wouldn't they? I think. What was it? Yeah, I can't remember. It's so confusing, that bloody thing, though, isn't it? If they're handmade, they might possibly still be legal, but I don't know. Numble Sober, I ain't got any military grade respirators, but I'll take my chances with my GIMP mask. That's what he collects. He don't tell you that. Jacob's that slingshot, no, just don't care easy. Slingshot, get a European sword. I'd get loads of swords, mate, if I had the money. I'm so glad I got one proper one, though, because I didn't realise that was as good as it was. I don't know what. It was Jack Striker's video inspired me to clean that up. And then once I cleaned it up, I realised it was actually a proper, genuine, bloody antique sword that was really good quality. Many Ross was thankful for the help and the gas mask info. Things that were never just a commie. Pete said a few hundred for a good one. Two Tom Paul Chen PPK is about 150, I think. Dumble Sabu, yeah. Handmade samurai swords are. Jacob said, yeah, just don't give a fuck, slingshot. Bernard Art said, I was going to crack the joke about Jimmy Savile fixing it for kids with the milk and the cow blindfolded. Bad taste joke. I know, but talking of coffee and milk. Oh, I'm trying Jumble Sabu, I hadn't already got there. Not easier. Don't bother with katana. Buy a boken instead. They're unlikely to be made illegal, and you could fuck someone up. Real horror show with one if you had. Slingshot. European swords are better. Yeah, like I said, I'd have many, many, many swords if I had the money. Oh, Frog said, imagine punching the degenerate with that coffee cup, coffee going all over your assailant. Yeah, it'd be like threefold, wouldn't it? They'd have the boiling hot coffee on them, the punch in the face, possibly the glass for breaking into their face. The ultimate weapon, wasn't it? Richard Smith said, a 1095 carbon steel sword cost £100 for blades and bows. I know someone who had one that was perfectly functional. Yeah, that's what I mean. You can get good cheap ones now. Dumble Sabu said, for fuck's sake, got pipped to the post. Yeah, he beat you, didn't he? 6-up warrior. Neither do I, Jacob. Wasn't the stuff. I look at the Chinese Dao swords, lots of them look like Fulton and sabres. Did I say I tested out the some of you might have seen it on my community tab. I did actually give this a bit of a I've given it a little bit of a sharpen and then gave it a test, but it's not sharp enough. You can feel it's not sharp enough. It's all right for a sort of vegetables, you know, softer kind of oh, I laugh, man. Softer kind of targets, but the bottles, I had to really whack it to cut through, and I want it so that you can give it a little flick and it would cut it. Do you know what I mean? So I'm probably going to upload the failed cutting test, and then probably do a video where I sharpen it, and then do another cutting test, and that would be killing two birds with one stone. Then I'll be doing the cutting test and showing you how to sharpen a sword. Joey Tom said I had a katana but gave it away. Would much prefer a rapier. Bing shots, yeah, good swords. Rough stuff. Pete said, ban it now, more powerful than a nuke. What, the samurai sword? Who's not going to make a new walking stick? Oh, might do. Well, yeah, I will eventually. Yeah, I've got. I say I ain't got no plan. I'm going to eventually, but you'll have to wait for a couple of months till I get more Patreon money. You know what I mean? But yeah, it'll come around again. I wouldn't mind doing another one. Yeah, I'll do another one. Bacon said there's nothing like a cheap usable sword. Next thing I make when I get spare money will be buying a forged spearhead and the right sort of pole and make a short spear. But I wouldn't mind getting a proper spearhead. I've never had a proper, bought spearhead. I've made some and I can make an alright one. But yeah, I wouldn't mind having a proper, lovely double-edged spearhead. Things that worry up with furniture tax, lol. Yes, well, that's the thing. I think that's what I'll do. I'll have the plain one there, and then I'll make a second, more fancy one with some stuff like furniture tax and maybe a little spike at the bottom, Because if I was going to ever carry a walking stick, I'm going to carry a normal one. Do you know what I mean? It's too risky carrying things with, that look like you've added stuff to it to, I remember US cavalry from Kentucky selling a United Cutlery World War II Japanese sword with brown leather handle wraps. God, that was sexy. I've never seen that one. Think so, but tomahawks are cheaper than swords. Pete said, when I was making the ash hiking stick, I was thinking this would make a good spear shaft. Yeah. Oh, yours would perfectly. And when I saw that, I thought that'd be perfect with that as well. Because that thing's too thick. I deliberately got that big, though, because I wanted a big. I needed it. It had to be thick to be able to do the knobble on the end. You know what I mean? And I wanted it very heavy duty, but you can have it. Yours is a bit thinner, isn't it? As Julie said, spearhead and oversized bobbin arrow tip you make. Yeah, do you mean like make one like that? Yeah, I suppose you could, couldn't you? And I suppose that's bodkin. Oversized bodkin arrow tip you make. Richard Smith, bastard swords, sabres, and rapiers are probably my favourite. I can cut 8 milk jugs at once with the bastard sword I bought from Blades and Bows after I sharpened it. In short, or would you see? You should see my walking stick pics. Yeah, if you've seen it, it's pretty mental. When I say mental, if anyone wonders, when I say pretty mental, I mean pretty. It's really good. I mean, I sometimes wonder if people. That's an old saying, isn't it? Really. If I say something's pretty mental, I mean it's really good. Rumble Sabu, yeah, it's a reproduction of what Japanese officers used to have. Oh, so it'd probably be a bit like that then, I suppose, depending on the time. Pete said gay. Who are you talking to? Jacobs, sounds good. Who thinks there's a new Auschwitz for immigrants was running across the border? Fuck knows, man. I don't know. Richard Smith, winged spears and glaives would be nice to have. Bullfrog, Richard Smith, blades and bows don't sell bastard swords, they sell cheap stuff. Do you mean Blades UK? So I'm just going back reading it, have a look. Number 7, I have United Cutlery Ninja 8-piece Warrior's Sword from US Cavalry. There's a number of weapons incorporated into it. Oh, thanks. You should see my walking stick, Pete. Fuck's sake. Pete, how can I see the stick? You don't have a video. Yeah, he's got a video. He's got a video on it. Being shot said I didn't mean it in the game. Why I made a badass walking stick. Crazy chicken guy, you right, mate? He said, got one of the PBK machetes from Blades and Bows today that I've been mentioned on previous streams. Nice bit of kit, but not a patch on the Tramontina. I do like the old Tramontinas. Which one's the PBK? Is that the great big? What I like about that though. It's bloody massive, but yeah, it'd be nice just to have it for the unusualness of it, having a 26-inch blade machete, or was it 22-inch? And it's 26-inch overall. I think Warren said, yeah, he has got a video on Peach. In fact, I'll link it to you now. Right, this link is Slingshot Warriors walking stick, just for Peach. Rumble Sabu, didn't I send you a vid of that warrior sword, mate? You might have. I can't remember. Jacob Oscar, let's use a carriage in war for cover. Peter Smith, Bullfrog, I don't think they stock it anymore, but the Hammer Forged finish one. I'll try and do a video of it. Pete said, thanks, Windsor. Yeah, a while ago, Blades and Bows did sell proper swords, European style ones, along with the flail like I bought. Bullfrog said PBK Bowie. Well, I'll be making a video on my badass disguised heavy bag weapon soon. Nice. Right, just doing something quickly and right, I'm just gonna put something in the comments. Hang on. There you go. Shop at Amazon. I need all support I can get. I've had 45 clicks so far, but no one's bought anything. Jacob, link collector. Exactly. That is me. Who was it who asked the other day about what my 3 favourite knives was? Because I got them. Yeah, you can shop now if you want, Bullfrog. Shop right now if you want. And anything you buy would support the channel. And I appreciate it if you do. But yeah, if any, seriously though, I want a serious note though, if any of you do go buy from Amazon.com, use my links and, you know, don't cost you nothing and it goes towards the channel then. But to be honest, if it weren't for the Patreon, there's a lot of things this year that wouldn't have happened. You know what I mean? But also these Amazon stuff helps, goes towards it. You know what I mean? And you know, the gear-based stuff. Things that Warren said, the UK government is trying to bring back anti-knife that were used on peasants in the Middle Ages. Yeah. Good thing is though, I don't think they'll ever stop. They're not going to stop garden tools. Yeah.
You know, and there'll always be a way around it. They can't stop you having bloody axes and stuff like that. That mean, you know, you just have to replace all your stuff with can't have. Let's see. I don't know. You know, a lot of things can be replaced with tools. You have to. Pete said that's a nice stick. The hook would be useful. It's good, isn't it? It's big old beast of a thing as well. Things that were no knife with a point long. Yeah, got all have butter knives now. Jacob said anti-knife, next up anti-garden tools. Yeah. Things that were, thanks, man. Yeah, we have to go to butter knives, wouldn't we? Bushgram said, problem with these bans is even idea realise that's silly, it's really hard to change it back. I hate the banning culture. Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean though, yeah. They ban these things and then yeah, even when they realise right, it's silly, it's really hard to change it back. I hate the banning culture. Yeah. I know it spoils it and then you can't have, you know, some of the things that were banned in whenever it was the 80s are ridiculous. You know what I mean? Pete said a walking hiking stick would do just fine. All for I thought you meant it was actually your shop. No, I use eBay, not Amazon. Ah, right. Yeah, no, it's just buy anything off of Amazon. I'll have to look and see if eBay do one. Things like, or what's next? Meat cleavers. Yeah, I think they would be safe. Richard Smith, don't make trouble. Bin that shovel. I thought of a good one of them the other day for something. I don't know what it was now. I'm so many tools, the house apartment are full of them. Things that were cool. Jacob, next up, banning. Yeah, banning of banning. That's what I would do. I'd ban banning. Yeah. So whoever it was, he mentioned the 3 favourite knives then. What went on tonight then so far? Richard had the cold steel shovel. Now that is a beast. Yeah, the only thing I've got close to anything like that, I've got one of them. It's nothing like it, but I've got one of them old the old folding shovels you can get. They're quite handy. I quite like them. If you need a little survival shovel, bloody good things they are. Things that were makes me happy I live in the States and my president is Trump. Did I ever show you my Trump coin, Slingshot Warrior? Let me know if I haven't, and I'll get it out for you. Hopefully we'll get a Trump over here soon. Or maybe once he's been over there, once he's finished being president over there, he can come over here and be Prime Minister. Fucking hot in here tonight. Pete said, yeah, just sharpen one side of it. Jacob said, everyone jump for Trump. Almost how the only thing is that more dangerous than having a knife is only your wife. Yeah. Good job I'm single, mate. See that, Slingshot Warrior? I'm going to hold it up until I can see, because the video's delayed for me, so I can't see if it's in frame or not. So I might be holding it up for ages. Yeah, there it is. There's my Trump coin. There's the other side. Richard Smith, they'll probably try banning air. I'm sure hundreds of criminals breathe air. Exactly. Air, water. Ban a lot of it.
Jacob said Richard, good one. Oh, yeah, about Richard, yeah. Pete said a wife with a knife. Ah. Ancient Warrior, sweet coin. Jacob, goodbye, y'all. See you later, mate. Pete said I have a trump card. I used to love the old trumps. Bullfrog said we ain't got no trump nearest to that would be Jacob Rees-Mogg or Nigel Farage, and even they have no chance. No, that's the problem. Anyone who'd make a change would never get in the first place, would they? Sadly, but something's got to be fucking done. You can't keep leaving it with the twats who keep getting in. You know what I mean? Things that were a good riddance, Connie. Jumbo Sabu, Donald Trump for Prime Minister, definitely. Bushram said I like Mogg, I'll vote for him. I don't know what his kind of policies would be. I know he is. I don't really know a lot about what kind of things you do. You know what I mean? Short Warrior said Trump won by landslide. I'd be honest. I was convinced he wasn't going to win, so it surprised me when he did. I didn't really look too much into it though, but I couldn't imagine him winning, and then he did. It was, certainly a surprise. She said no, Trump won by bribe. So entire system was rigged against him, but Hillary was so bad he still won. Yeah. Double Sabu said, fuck it. Give me the job, I'd soon turn the fucked up liberal country around. Yeah, you'd do alright, I think, mate. I'd vote for you. Wingshot Warrior. I was jumping for joy that day. I bet you was, mate. I bet you was. Pete said, I remember they were saying Trump hats from Poundland. These, I got these coins. Me and Jay got one each. £2 each from wish.com. I like collecting weird coins. I don't want, it's not going to be worth anything, but it's just amusing. You know what I mean? These sort of weird unofficial coins. It's nice. I see those guns on the wall, so I'm going to subscribe. Ah, good. Cheers. You should enjoy the channel then if you like that kind of stuff. It's nice. I hope you enjoy the channel. Check out the videos and that. Slingshot Warrior said I had a Make America Great Again hat. And it's like I met you from Weapons of 93. Oh, nice. That's good. Yeah, if you like Liam's stuff, I'm sure you'll like mine. We're similar channels. He contributes to these live streams. I go on his. That means I think you'd enjoy it. Cheers. The thing about the voting a stable party out and a far right one in is the clout that far right party hasn't got. Yeah. Warrior, check out Zachary Fowler. I'll have a look. I think you've mentioned him before, mate. I'll write it down though. Also said Trump had money, power, and connections. If you don't have the connections in the Conservatives, you won't get anywhere near Parliament. UKIP is made up of right-wing ex-Conservatives. It's not. You've got the guns already. Loves your channel. It's a channel. Zachary Fowler channel. Yeah, I'm sure you mentioned that once before. I'll look that up though. What kind of stuff does he do, Slingshot? Pork back, right, mate. It's like I said, I've got an airsoft Mossberg sawn off and an M4 variant. I was saying earlier I had an M4 or an M16 or something similar. and I gave it away for some reason. I don't know why. I've got a, that up there. I mean, I don't know if you'll be able to see, but can you see the Spaz 12 up there? Shotgun. That's a BB gun. Airsoft, sorry. Yeah. Slingshot Warrior. Slingshots and Survival. I'll check him out, mate. I'll have a quick look now if you want. Is that actually what his channel's called? What's his channel called? Is it called, hang on, I'll tell you in a second. Fowler's Makery and Mischief. I'll check that out this soon. It's not search patrol base. Right, I'll have a quick look, mate. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's proper. Yeah, no, nice. That's a good site, that is. Bushcraft and Spaz 12, Lord, makes me laugh every time. Yeah, it's such a weird name, isn't it? Especially over here. You know, I don't. It probably doesn't mean. Well, it might mean the same thing in America, but yeah. Slingshot Warrior, Trick Shot Tuesday. That's why I laughed when I said about. I don't know if she was on when I was going about the short side, and I was on about it's good at chopping vegetables. And I was thinking about zombies at the time. And then when I thought vegetables, it made me think of, you know, so ridiculous how your mind can go to stupid things like that. Well, all night tonight, isn't it? Who have we got on? Bullfrog, Bushcrapping, It's Night, Petinator, Pork Wrap, Slingshot Warrior, and X-Ray Zulu. That's the only one who says it's on at the minute. Let's edit a bit on here. As there ain't a lot of people on, I'll probably take off the I'll take the slow mode off. No point having it on. Should say that's off now. Looks like it was a Trick Shot Tuesday. I'll check that out. Bushcrapping said fishing is full of little silly names like that. Me and the missus laugh about it all the time. Yeah, I do like weird little, you know, it does amuse you, especially if you've got that kind of sense of humour, do you know what I mean? I think vampires are better bad guys. Peter said, yeah, lots of 12-year-olds being spammed when I play COD. Yeah, that's exactly it. Different servers, so I'm just warming up, mate, lol. Bushcrapping that little slingshot avatar on Slingshots Warrior's picture is cool. Yeah, that's good, isn't it? Did you do that slingshot or? Nice, Dean said I'm still here. I'll tell you what that was. I went on the chat bit. You can go on a bit and you can do participants. Maybe that's if you ain't commented for a bit, it says you're not on. I mean, who knows? You never know. Robbie, you all right, mate? Mike, did you see the Slingshot channel's automatic crossbow incorporating a cordless drill? I think so. If it was an old one, I'll be honest, I haven't watched any of his videos for ages. So if it's a new one, I haven't seen it, but that does ring a bell. It's Night said I headshotted a guy at Airsoft and he didn't call his hit, so when I said he had to go back to respawn, he shot me. Ah, fuck's sake. Yeah. If you're doing that kind of stuff, you might as well do it properly, ain't you? Don't I mean? No point, them cheating, is there? Do you know what I mean? No, it's new one, I think, mate. I'll have a look on his channel. I ain't been on there for ages. I don't know what it was. There was something putting. I don't know. I just haven't watched any of his videos for ages. I think he's getting a bit too. When channels get a bit too, I don't know how to describe it. Not gimmicky, But when they start getting loads and like he starts doing loads of catchphrases and stuff, and it starts to put me off. It puts me off. You know what I mean? And it feels unnatural to me. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I'll stop watching for a bit. And then when that wears off, I'll carry on watching. Yeah, when they start all the constant catchphrases and stuff, it just puts me off. What he was doing. Where am I? Weapon and stuff. It's why I like airsoft on a bad weather day, because only the people who really want to play are there. Yeah. Can't, you know, if you're going to play anything, I don't know what's the point in cheating and that. You know what I mean? I'll just play properly. You know what I mean? Probably everyone like the video, and then go like Mount, JDR Survival, top guys, these fellas. Now, cheers, mate. I appreciate that. Yeah, if you lot don't know, JDR Survival is my twin brother. It's not, said reference of true, Bullfrog, might take that M4 to airsoft law. Yeah, fucking hell, I'd get surprised then, wouldn't they? How do you imagine? Peter Smith, had anyone noticed that Blazing Bows have stopped stocking a lot of things like the crossbows and some other things recently? Well, I've noticed that Blazing Bows got a load of new ones in, though. So they have got new stuff in. Jumble Sabu, let me show you its features and fake laugh, I guess. That's exactly it. Yes, that's exactly it. And it put me off a bit. It was too much for me. I'd like the more natural kind of stuff. I don't blame him for doing it. You know, that's, you know, because that's probably being constantly said in all the comments and that. Do you know what I mean? But it puts me off. So I had someone the other day saying I need to have special effects and other crap in my videos, said I didn't care. Lol. Yeah, you know, it's no good. You want it natural like we do it, don't you know what I mean? Forced catchphrases and that, it puts me off. Bushcrapping, never tried airsoft, looks good though. I haven't either. Or paintballing, never done either of them. It's not said my whole squad divided into cover as soon as we saw the LMG rain hell on everyone. We saw LMG rain hell on everyone. How bloody hell. And also, yeah, Blazing Bows have a shitloads of new stuff in. Yeah, I noticed it. I looked on there about 2 days ago. They got all the new crossbows in. They're cheap as well, aren't they? Simon Jones said, Jack Striker versus GCHQ. Grubby, this country's gone mad, mate. Can't purchase a lock knife, but you can buy 10-inch kitchen knife. No problem. Plus, it don't take much to sharpen a pencil, right? Exactly. Ridiculous, isn't it? It's like the weapon stuff. All you really need is a camera. Yeah, that's how I like it. You know, I don't mind these sort of catchphrases and that and stuff like that, but if it's too much or it's every time, or you know what I mean, especially because if it appears forced as well, you know, like you can unintentionally do catchphrases or things, you know. But I never ever intended to say, all right, everyone, WeaponCollector here. At the beginning of the videos, I just did it. And then I noticed after a while that's what I was doing at every single video. But that was never intentional, you know. Pete said paintball hurts. Yeah, I've seen people with the bruises from paintballing. Pete said, yeah, Blazing Bow's new stuff looks good. That's maybe why I had to get one. Yeah. I've got to get some stuff from them soon. Pete said, you have to be over 21 to buy a pair of scissors in my local main post office. Fuck's sake. Simon Jones says, will you ever be making another lead insert truncheon? Really enjoyed those old vids where you made that. Yeah, I don't mind doing another one of them. I may have to wait, though, see what the law changes are. Because if the law changes happen, that I'll be making something that's illegal. You know what I mean? So if these law changes don't go through, I'll make another one. But yeah, we'd have to wait and see. There's a couple of things I'm going to have to hold back on for a while. You know what I mean? Robbie said, what's your mini sword build? Awesome sword, mate. Make it look easy. Keep doing what you love. Ah, cheers, mate. I appreciate that. Yeah, here it is. Needs a bit of a sharpen. I tried to give it a bit of a cutting test, and it would only cut the bottles if I really, really whacked them. So it needs a bit of a sharpen, so I can give it a little I want it so you can almost tap it and cut it. Do you know what I mean? That's what the Japanese Type 32 one up there, that cut through absolutely lovely, you know. You can just give it a little flick and it'll cut the bottles. This needs a whack at the minute, but it's just because it's not really sharpened properly. I'm glad you liked it, mate. Appreciate that. I'm sorry, Boo. Everyone been liking the stream. Well, that's a bit of a forced one. That's like I can ask everyone liking the stream, and don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and the Patreon stuff. That's like my business. I got that's what I call the the work bit of it. I got to do them bits, don't I? Pete said, I think it's 25 now for over 18 products. For fuck's sake. It's not said, my school has a computer moderation system. When I search armoured car, it got blocked for pornography. Fucking hell. Yeah, they are, right. Tom Jones, will you ever build an underground fallout shelter in your backyard? Mine's not big enough, mate. And yeah, if I had a place to do it, I definitely would. I'd love to. I'd do it tomorrow if I had the area to do it. I'd love something like that. It's night. It's got to go. See you later, mate. Cheers for joining in. Weapon stuff. It depends if you have ID. With ID, as long as you're 18, you're fine. It's to ask for ID if they don't look old rule. Pizza just did. I was like in the stream. Weapon stuff. Do you have planning permission for that fallout shelter? Yeah. Yeah. Do you have to have? Do you? Yeah. Is that do you have to have or do you? I don't know. That's what I mean. I wouldn't be allowed to do that kind of thing where I live anyway, I doubt. But I would love to do something like that. I don't know if digging underground would be, because like certain things, like you can build onto your house if it's like what they class as a lean-to sort of thing. Single story things without planning permission. I think. I'm not sure. You need. I don't know actually. Richard Smith, a channel can lose its charm when they start getting gimmicky though. I would like to be able to edit bits in between the video to make my vids shorter. What do you do yours on, Richard? Do you do it on like a phone and that? You have to ask on here if anyone knows any good things. Robbie said, Weapon Collector, difficult to do in the UK with the standing strong, but you're standing strong. Nice one. Enjoy yours and your bros videos. I'm from the UK, also North London. Yeah, cheers, mate. I appreciate that. Running stuff. It was the license joke, but yeah, I don't actually know if it's covered or not. Well, I've read it and I thought, is it or not? Get so many comments on here that ain't quite written right, and I can't tell. You know what I mean? Pete said, no, they act like. No, the act, I think 25 e.g. If you look over 18, but you're not over 25, you need to ID them just to be sure. They're over 18, yeah. Remember that, boo? I ain't been asking for my ID for years. I ain't been asked my ID for years. I don't even get asked for ID when I inquire about Saga holidays now. Well, last time I went and bought some of that vodka, I thought I'd take my ID, hoping she'd ask me just so I could have a joke about it. And then she never did, so. Scrapping Windows Movie Maker is what I use. It's good, but I would like to be able to split audio and video and talk over sections. I think the newer version does that. I used to love Windows Movie Maker, but this Windows 7 version I got ain't got it on it. So I like to get hang on, I'll tell you. Oh, Filmora Wondershare or something like that. Or Wondershare Filmora. Quite good. Richard Smith on a tablet with default video recording app. What are you? Next issue, I had my identity stolen once. They sent me a letter telling me to get a life. There's actually Julie joining in the crap jokes now. I like them though. I love a good crap joke. Where's crap and I get asked when I have to shave. Oh, when I have a shave. When you had a shave, you get asked. Robbie said Sony Vegas is great for video editing. You can purchase a copy online. I think some people recommended that to me. In the end, I actually bought one. Pete said, "Oh, just looked at wish.com. It's full of cheap sex toys." What you've been looking at there? That means because that goes by personal preferences, I think. So that's sensed something in your cookies, I reckon, in it, or your search history. No, but it is full of weird crap. But you can find weird stuff like that. These cheap coins. I mean, I said, yeah, but when I worked in the shop, you just ID. You can't work out the age, otherwise it's fine or a prison sentence. Sony movie studio is good. Basically Sony Vegas, but costs 30 quid, not 200. Yeah, that's what you recommended me in the end, didn't you? I don't know what stopped me in the end. I think I couldn't get a good cheap copy. I can't remember. I don't know. He said my phone has a built-in video editor. Good enough for me. Yeah. Robbie said, the cookies are on to me, Pete. Yeah, because when I go on there, it comes up, when I go on wish.com, it comes up with a load of knives and torches and survival stuff. Mitch Graham said, I might try and steal Sony Vegas well. Just looking at some notifications quickly on. Thomas Abu, 2 buckets of sick were walking down the road and one starts crying. The other says, what's wrong? The one crying said, this is where I was brought up. What's say? When I start having a competition soon, we'll rate Double Salbu, X-Ray Zulu, and whoever else it was with their jokes, and we'll rate you out of 1 to 10. Pete said cookies and cream, baby. No, I accidentally clicked on one now and the fucking page is full of them. That's what that does on there, though. If you click on coins, it'll start showing you all coins. You know what I mean? Robbie said, bushcrapping, you can trial it quick, easily. I used to get ID'd in my local paper shop until it blew away. Right, I'll give Exeter Julius a 7 out of 10 there. Pete said that's a sick joke, mate. But yeah, if you go on wish.com and you click on anything, it starts showing you all the same things. So I'm going to leave drinking vodka tonight. Nah, I'm just on the black coffee tonight, mate. Black coffee and water for me. Might have a drink next week if the person I said, do you want to come out, wants to come out, but I ain't too fussed. I ain't too bothered about not drinking that often now. As soon as you get used to stuff like that, bush grappling trial it is then. Robbie said, where's the moonshine though? That's still in the Wendy house. We have actually got some in there. And it's in a jar and everything. You know, just how you'd expect it to be. But it's never been drunk. That'll be for a rainy day. Data, you know, as a community on here, we're vastly unrepresented. I want to start seeing bushcraft survival people on YouTube rewind. Yeah. Yeah, you'd never see any of our likes on things like that, would you? Robbie said, answered my question before I asked it, to be honest. Yeah. Yeah, we have got some, but yeah, in a jar and everything. Yeah, made by someone Mark knows, who then visited, brought it down with him as a gift. Yeah, but we haven't touched it yet. But it sets on fire, so you know it's strong. You know, without any heating up, you just match on it, you know, straight. fire. Tom Jones said, I used to get ID'd at my local corner shop, but they only sell halal and I don't go there anymore. Any films anyone been watching lately? I ain't watched any for ages. Rapping and stuff, most of the good jokes I know are either too hot for YouTube or words or word plays that don't work if written down. Yeah, it don't help that when I try and bloody read them, I get them wrong half the time. Grubby said, WeaponCollector and JGR collaboration. JGR sets the trap and WeaponCollector picks a weapon for the cull. Yeah, that could be good. Jones said, bushfucker trial. Not Z, did you hear the one about plastic surgeon who died recently? He sat in front of a fire and melted. Fuck's sake. Bush crap, and I'm on series 3 of Fear the Walking Dead. Is that good then? I've not got round to watching that or Walking Dead, but they're one of the ones I would. I try to think if I've been watching anything on the telly. I don't know I have. All I've been doing is reading them books. I've not even seen. Let me turn my PS3 on. I'll tell you the latest films I downloaded. But I ain't watched any films because I've been spending all my time reading them books. So they're good though. And I might, although I already know that the characters don't look the same as in the books, like change the age of some of them, I may watch the TV series to Mr. Mercedes. And then this year, they're going to do the TV series to the second book, which was Finders Keepers. They're, he's a retired detective, becomes a sort of private detective, you know, being goaded by a bloke called Mercedes Killer, Mr. Mercedes, who got in a stolen Mercedes and drove into a crowd and killed like 10 people and maimed loads. And he never, the detective and the team never caught him. This is all in the first 5 minutes of the book, you know, or if it was a TV, if it was a film, it'd be in the first 10 minutes. And then when the detective's retired, Mr. Mercedes starts sending him an email saying, you never caught me, that kind of stuff. So it'd probably be a good, if it's the same as the book. The only thing I noticed it was different is one of the main characters in the book is 44, but in the TV series, they've made her like 24, which sort of spoils it because there was a reason her age meant more. If she was older, it made who she was weirder. Like she was a very weird character, and the fact that she was weird at 44 made it more interesting. You know what I mean? Simon Jones in a shit hit the fan situation. How big a horde of attackers could you and JJR survive off if you teamed up together? Don't know. If we planned it right, and if you did like a bit of a 300 tactic, where they have to funnel through a little corridor, shitloads probably. Got to be clever with your tactics, ain't you? Got to get them to come in a little funnel them into a doorway. You can have them as they come through the door then, or a little gap. You know what I mean? They poke their heads through. Pete said, you know it's a good joke when Mark says, fuck's sake. I was going to say it then, fuck's sake. Robbie, I've got to go. My brain is melting like I said, not these plastic surgeons. Take it easy, fella. Here, like, mate. Cheers for joining in. Reverend off saying that I'm tempted to go on a Galileo film spree soon. Now, that's what I did recently. I do like all them. They're quite bizarre films, aren't they? Very, I don't know how you describe it. Not of their time. Well, they are of their time, but they're, you know. Rumble Salbu said D. Tom Jones said, "What's the road again the other day?" That's a good film, isn't it? I like that. As Liam said, there's quite a few mistakes in it if you did them things in real life, but it's an entertaining film, I think. Pete said bottleneck. Exactly. Best thing, you know, you can take multiple things in, but if you was out in the open, you know, realistically, in a real situation, 2 people with 20 people around them would be fucked in real life. You know what I mean? Right, the latest films I downloaded was, I don't know if I've had any new ones. Train to Busan. I got that. That's a zombie film. That's some kind of Japanese or Korean zombie film, I assume, set on a train. Train to Busan, or whatever you'd say. Legend of the Hell House, I got that. I told you about that, Liam, didn't I? The Accountant, forever was always asking about that one. Revenge. That's a what do they describe them as? The rape and revenge thriller things. They call them rape and revenge, don't they? So a bit like I Spit on Your Grave, that kind of thing, I think. Red Dawn. Gringo. I've got Gringo, whatever that is. I don't really know anything about it. And a film called Future World. Rumble Sabu. Well, it's got 4 legs and I can't halfway up its back. Police horse. Ah, fuck's sake. I nearly had that back as well then. Tom said, have you seen the film Filth? Yeah, I have. That's good, isn't it? I like that. I recommended that about 3 or 4 years ago. I do like that. Irvin Welsh original in it, like that. His book on it, I think. Rather than stuff, get them in a corridor with some cover in front of you, get the halberd out. How many fit on this thing, eh? Yeah, that way. That'd be great. Train to Busan's okay, it's Korean. Yeah, I'll have to watch it. I've got it. Richard Smith said a spear in a narrow alleyway against an attacker would be a favourable position. Yeah. It's all about tactics and environment, isn't it? You know, 2 people in an open field against 20. Fucked. But them 2 people forcing them 20, bottlenecking them down a little thing to where they can only get through a little gap. One of you would have to, you know, could do it. That when actually myself and one other brother in a room, me between 20 to 35 years old with full confidence we take 6. Very valid point on open ground. Yeah, you know, it's all different situations. You know, how fit you are, what you've got. You know what I mean? You know, what you got, what you know. JT, to be fair to him, Irvin Welsh, proper good writer. Trainspotting is the only book I've ever read properly bought. I've never read any of his books. I've seen quite a few of his adaptations of his stuff. Simon Jones said that's the one, book by Irvin Welsh. Pete said, saw a trailer for the film the other day about a post-apocalyptic world with mobile cities. London is a big one that divides around eating all the smaller communities. What's that called then? Do you know? That sounds quite interesting. Quite bizarre. I haven't seen anything recently that I thought, oh, I can't wait to watch that, if you know what I mean. All of these, I just got them while I had the chance, you know what I mean? I think I've seen, not that I'm aware of anyway. You know, sometimes I forget what you know, films I've seen, you know, seen trailers for and that. Yeah, I may watch that. Mr. Mercedes looks quite good. The books was great. Really enjoyed them. Everyone been liking the stream? Gotta say it. I forget to do it all the time. As soon as someone says, if I'm on a live stream, someone says, don't forget the live stream. I think, oh shit, I haven't. And I never have. Till someone bloody reminds me. But it does help to get these videos shared about a bit more, you know what I mean? Firebug, you right, mate? He said, hi, I have a question. How are you supposed to transport knives with locking blade and a blade length over the limit in the UK? Have it in the car, but in the trunk or in a bag, is it okay? You know what? I don't really know, but I would assume if you put it, you'd want it in like the bottom of a bag inside, you know, maybe even wrap it up with, put it inside, wrap it up with tape, put it in a box, tape the box up, you know, and then at least if it was found, the police would know that you wouldn't be able to instantly get it to use it. The more difficult it would be to access it, the more likely you are to get away with it if you're caught. You know what I mean? It's about the only thing I can say, really. Yeah, the harder it is to get, the more likely you'd be alright. Number Sabu, the new Tomb Raider film is good, mate. Nothing like the previous flicks or the video games. I'll check. That's something I would probably get round to eventually anyway. You know what I mean? Pete said it's called Mortal Engines. Right, write that down. Tom said it's like sci-fi futuristic post-apoc. I'll check that out. JT Firebug, you're trying to smuggle, yeah. Warning good people, are those all weapons you have? Well, they're all, well, I suppose, yeah, they're weapons. Are those all, sorry, I read that completely wrong. Ignore that then. Are those all the weapons you have? No, they're not. I've got more under the bed. I've got more here. Behind my sofa, under my sofa, side of my sofa. No, that's just the display. But as long as you have a lawful reason why you, as long as you have a lawful reason why you are transporting the knife, yeah, it should be right. Weapon stuff. There was a video where a cop talked about that. He said, always have it at the bottom of the bag and declare you have it. That way it's not to hand and likely to be used. Yeah, that's it. You know, I think the more difficult it is to get, they can't say you're going to be able to use it, can they? Do you know what I mean? So just a bit of sense in it. Simon said, what's that film with Ryan Gosling killing people in Thailand or some shit? I ain't got a clue, mate. Bushcraft, good advice about the blade, mate. That's exactly what I've been told by a couple. Firebug, actually, I want to smuggle one in. Oh, I don't know about that. As usually, just on scrapping. I'm not saying we'd win, lol. But if we had the bollocks and the brass it out, that's two-way beat. Bushcraft, transportation is a reasonable excuse if you check the regs. Warning good people out. So you have an M249 saw in your closet. Yeah, one in the closet. There's a tank in my drive. I've got Barrett Light 50 poking out the window. Nah, not really. Firebug, reason, sentiment, and value. Simon Jones, don't be dismayed, bin that blade. Disarm yourself, citizen. Broken stuff. There was that bloke who beat back a gang that attacked his house. They had blades and he used his fists. Ended up cut badly, but he lived and they fled. Yeah, you know, these things are possible, aren't they? Simon Jones, do you own any night vision equipment or have any videos on it? I don't, never had anything like that. Can't afford it. I'll have to go out to my cousin Ben one day. He's got some, not night vision, but I think similar stuff to what Liam's got. So everyone out tomorrow doing anything? I won't be. I don't know, I might think of something. I'm going to tell you now, I'm 90% that I will do the live stream tomorrow. I might start cutting these down to just Fridays now. But it may be because I've been reading that book. It's making me want to read the book instead of live stream on a Saturday. So what I'll do, I won't stop them. But if after a couple of weeks I still only want to do one night, I may cut it down to one because it's doing 2 in the road that does my head in a bit. What I might do is do the Friday evening one, and then maybe one in the week in the day or something. That's not 100%. At the minute, we're still Friday and Saturdays. Captain Bob, grow right, mate. He said, had fish and chips for tea. So we had, and I cooked it. We had soft shell tacos, not bacon, barbecue flavour ones. But we wanted the proper ones because soft shell tacos just seems weird for me. Tacos should be hard. Do you know what I mean? Barbecue tacos, barbecue flavoured soft shell tacos, wedges, potato wedges, refried beans, and some tortillas with cheese and salsa on them. Tell you why we had that. It used to be a bit of a tradition having a Mexican on a Friday, and it was so that it made sure everyone ate their dinners before they went out to getting drunk. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's what we have on. Don't always have them on Fridays, but yeah. Actually, Zulu, in the year 2020, UK legal carry will be 2 choices: talcum powder, puff, hello soldier, or cotton wool balls, but not in a sock. Tell you what, 2020 sounds like the future, doesn't it? I think 2 years away. I always think 2020, man, that sounds like it's way in the future. It's 2 bloody years. Captain Boggle said I do every Friday. Yeah, we have used to be every Friday Mexican, but not so much now. But yeah, that's what we had today. Other stuff. We'll film some more videos, but don't have much on tomorrow. Sunday I'll rehearse for the most of it. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting that. Pete said I've got work and at 6:30. Mr. Smith, could you have a night vision camera looking for a scope to see targets at night? Yeah, possibly. That's what I'm saying. I like the one in the week. So I'm doing more work on the rapier saw tomorrow. Definitely whack a video up of that when you've done it, mate. I'd watch it. If any of you don't already, subscribe to Richard. He started doing videos. Done some tests on body armor the other day. With his bow shooting and that. Bush Graham said you can get proper night vision scopes, mate. So, but I wonder if you were to freeze a starfish and throw it at somebody, would that be classed as a shuriken? I think it would. But then when it defrosts, it wouldn't. So who knows? Melanie Rob said, great stream as always. Later on. See you later, mate. Thanks for joining in. Thanks, Zulu. Yeah, future, space 1999. Yeah, mad, isn't it? Yeah, 2020 sounds like the future. It's two years away. Other stuff. Yeah, won't see your streams next week as I'll be doing the actual play. If anyone ever records it, puts it on YouTube, let us know. I don't suppose. Well, I don't know. I suppose that they might. And say, does anyone take camera and film it? Or Tom Jones, I had egg and fish and kidney beans and tinned tomatoes. Well, we had Mexican, but my dad had cod, boiled potatoes, and tinned peas. He wouldn't eat Mexican. He ate stuff like that. Pete said you should be able to get a laser pistol for EDC in 2020. Exactly. Fucking space suits, flying cars. You know, it's in two years away now. Can't wait. Richard Smith, night vision scopes I see were £300 and up the last time I looked. I don't know why you asked about putting a camp. Yeah, it's better to do it the cheaper way, isn't it? When stuff said, I'd sort of recommend night vision that's not zoomed in if you intend to walk around with it. Scoped is fine like I have, but only if you're standing still. Night vision binoculars, basic IR type, with projection lamps are about £100 now, and they're decent at that price. Simon said, what play are you in, Liam? Well, stuff, we get loads of photos, but never any good quality. I'm doing the fast, mate. Lots of drop trousers. I just love the sound of it. It cracks me up. I've got a good imagination, so I can picture it all without even being told. I love Space 1999. I used to pretend my dad's staple gun was one of the lasers, as it looked just like him. Yeah, mate, you should laugh. The future. The future is now. And this is exactly the same as it was 15 fucking years ago. The phones got smaller and then they got bigger again, didn't they? That was about it. And the TV's got flatter. Actually, Julie Jumbles pissed myself off and I love the Eagles. The shuttle thing. Tom Jones said soon automation will make many jobs obsolete. Do you have a license for that laser gun, sir? Nearly drunk my coffee already. Yeah, so let me think what I'll be doing tomorrow. Probably sat on my ass in this chair, probably read that book for about fucking 10 hours. Then me getting up every now and then having a bit of exercise. Yeah. Saturday tomorrow, isn't it? Yeah. I ain't got no money for a car boot. I won't carry on with the crossbow until Monday. I've got the stuff for that now. I needed the bolts. Some of you might have saw on the other stream. I did a daytime stream recently. I've got the O bolts, whatever you call them, the fucking, I don't know what you call them, but the bolts with the loop on the end. So Monday, as long as Monday's not a fucking bank holiday or something like that, I don't ever know when bank holidays are, I will carry on doing the crossbow. And in that video, it should get tested, I think. And then it'll just be finishing it off, like spraying it, sanding it smooth, stuff like that. But and I said laser guns are almost as deadly as a katana. Yeah, you imagine. Straight through a tree. Dom Jones, wish there was open carry for katana in the UK. As I said, my dad will be going to a car boot. I never bother as I rarely see anything I want anymore. And have to get up at 6 a.m. Yeah, I don't go to them very often. Do see occasionally stuff. I don't mind, but yeah, it must have been even last time I went, there was barely anything. I mean, I only got that tripod because it was worth getting. I didn't really need it, but it was worth getting so that I had a good one. Rick said, "Oh, mate, you got a license for that nose hair trimmer? That's an automatic cutting weapon. I'm going to have two soon as well. I'm going to have the round, turny ones. I'm going to have one like that. So I'll be fucking dual wielding them, mate. One for each nostril." Remember Sal Blue said, "Actually, I'm a sad cunt as I remember when Space 99 first came out." Pete said, "Eyebolts, yeah, that's it." Yeah, sometimes I just get bloody brain dead and I can't think what things are called. Peter Smith, rail guns might be somewhat more practical size in the future. Told you though, it is the future though. Lasers are okay on hard targets, sound audio weapons on tough targets. Us. Firebugs are still carrying a Nokia 1680. Let me have a look what that one is. And then I'll show you my phone. Mine's a little bit better than that, but not by much. I have got an LG Cookie. Got no Wi-Fi, nothing like that. Next is Julie Jumbles, yeah. I'm getting on to. Pete said, "Do an impression of the car boot guy trying to sell you the shit." Well, I can't remember now. I know he kept wanting to try and fucking one of them for that bloody tripod. I went up to him and I said, "How much do you want for that tripod?" And he said, 15 quid. So I said, "I'll give you 3. And he just went, "No." So I just walked away. Then later on, I was walking around and I found another one, exactly the same tripod. I said to him, "How much do you want for that, this bloke?" And he said, 5 quid. So I said, "All right, I'll have it." Had it. And then I made sure I deliberately walked past the other bloke with it so he could see me with it. He knew he'd lost out on his money. Bushcrapping. Anyone heard about the audio weapon that used on US diplomats in Cuba and China? If they're weird disorders, scary stuff. I know about the brown weapons, whatever they call it, brown noise in it, or whatever. But yeah, brown noise. Love that. Make them shit themselves. Weapon stuff. There's also stink weapons that smell like shit to disperse rioters. I'd be okay. Have the masks. Yeah. My old cellmate would be all right as well after he covered himself in his own shit. He'd probably enjoy it. Actually, audio weapons basically mash internal organs rapidly. Very nasty stuff. Yeah, I've heard of that, but I don't know nothing about it. You know what I mean? Number seven, I remember having a StarTAC mobile phone. Thought it was the bee's knees. It was about £250 pay as you go back in the late 90s. 250 was a lot of money back then. Yeah, that's pay as you go. And I don't think I've topped it up for probably 2 years. Bush grabbing similar thing to brown noise. Yeah, scary. Yeah. I have two phones, that one, and then because the battery seems to go funny on that occasionally. So I've got a backup phone, which is this. When that one starts packing up, which it occasionally does, I go back to this. Sony Ericsson. I don't know what this one was. How's that for a phone? No internet either. Next is Zulu. Continue. Telephone aerials in town, cities. Some are armed. Reckon they keep population off the streets. Right, next one. Pizza, yeah. I can shit myself and blame it on a riot weapon. Good idea. I'm sorry about two phones. Are you a drug dealer, Mike? How come she do me a tenth for my mates' rates? Well, I'll tell you what, I even used to walk around with two phones. And I did think if I got caught, you know, well, not got caught, but, you know, it would look a bit dodgy. But I have one phone. I have got another phone, actually, saying that, a bit modern, but the battery's funny on it. So I got given this. But I have to use it with a bloody power bank because it won't hold the battery. So I used to carry that and that, which does look like your bloody drug dealer. But I carried that one as a phone. That one has got Wi-Fi and goes on the internet. So I kept that one so that if I was out and could get signal, I could go on Facebook or whatever to message people if I had to. Hi, bug. No reason to carry smartphones for me. Always crack the screen. Pizza, that's what I was going to say. Bushcraft. The only reason I use smartphones is for the camera. Yeah. I do like being able to go on the internet on them. But, yeah. The battery runs out in about 5 minutes. That one, the battery started... That battery on this one lasts about 3 days, but used to last about a week. And again, that one, because they're getting old, that one lasts about 3 days. But that used to last about a week or more, about 2 weeks without charging it. But you're saying about cameras, Bushcraft, and that is good for a camera, I've noticed. When I can get it to stay on long enough, that does take some bloody good pictures. Richard, I like watching YouTube and Google how to make stuff. Yeah, I do. Like I said, I do like a phone because I'll tell you one of my most favourite things ever I had was my bloody PSP. I used to love that. You know, to carry something around. That was like the best bit of technology I had. You know, for something before like that you could actually go out and go on the internet. You know, while you was out, if you could get on Wi-Fi. It's a Zulu com, shit at the fan. Preferably an analog tuning radio. DAB radio won't be able to lock in. Yeah. That little radio I got is just a normal analog one. Back. How's the internet in the UK? When I was in Germany, it only worked with Wi-Fi. Not sure, mate. I don't know. I'm doing smartphones enable the government and corporations to track your every move. Yeah, that's true. Have you just reminded me of that really cringy PSP advert? Which one? Not the one with the weird looking woman, was it? Oh. Was that it? When they stretched their face out to look like an alien? Yeah, I just absolutely love my PSP. Still got it. But, you know, it never gets touched now. I think the battery's going funny on it. But yeah, I used to absolutely love this. Shitloads of games for it as well. Crack screen. I used to watch movies on it and everything. Richard Smith said, Mike, have you seen that TV program about the people who rape people when they're in their sleepwalking type of rest? I heard about it, but never watched it as I thought it sounded stupid. What, an actual TV? Like an actual TV, not like a not a documentary, like an actual like. I have heard about that, like the yeah, but I don't know, mate. No, I don't know. Stay true, so how are you, mate? Yeah, not bad, mate. Captain Brogroy, I forgot to say, you know those wooden swords they sell at castles and toy stores for kids fight each other with? My mate and I bought one at Dover Castle and kept smacking each other. I'm now making a 6-foot great sword version, so I'm smacking much harder. Yeah, we used to make wooden swords when we were kids. I used to love fighting with them. What we used to do, we wouldn't hit each other with them though. We would have a contest to see who could make the best sword, and then you would continuously keep whacking them against each other until one broke, and then whichever one didn't break was the winner, and you obviously had the best sword. Best one I ever made was made. I'm pretty sure it was made out of a bit of fucking architrave off of a door. You know the bit that goes around the edge of a door, that. Yeah. Was a bit of architrave. Yeah. I'll show you my favourite knives then, as whoever it was asked didn't come on. Most of you will know I like daggers. One of my favourite knives is this Magnum dagger. I don't actually know the proper name for it. I never have. Also reminds me a bit of like a that you get a sword shaped similar to this. I can't remember what it was. If it was the Roman swords or something like that. Do love a dagger. Absolutely love a dagger. So there's that. Then you got the Fairbairn Such fighting knife. This is a reproduction sheath of what the originals would have been. And this has lost its tip a couple of times, so it's a bit shorter than it should be, and the tip's not quite as sharp as it would have been. That's a proper designed for killing knife, do you know what I mean? Even the handle is designed to be like a fencing sword. I mean, You hold it in a fencing grip like that, diagonally across your hand. What was I? Simon Jones said turkey or chicken. I can't be honest, I can barely tell the difference, but chicken, I'd say. Stay true. How are you getting on with the red bat? Is it better than the rest of the pistol crossbows? Yeah, definitely. I think it's brilliant. Absolutely love it. Power is considerably more. Yeah. Well worth getting, mate. I highly recommend it. Boggle said mine was just a 4-foot square, 6-foot long plank, a 4-inch square. 6-foot long plank, cut it along the middle, and now shaping it with lots of rasping and sanding to go. Right, and there's a deadly assault wooden swords. Captain Bogrel like Fairbairn sights. They just look great. Yeah, it's a lovely knife, isn't it? Absolutely love that. Having yourself cockerel is the best tasting of those birds. Simon Jones said, "Do you have any German daggers?" I don't think so. Not that I think of. No, I don't think so. And then my other favourite is the Muella Tactical Tanto. I don't know if you can see a theme running in these, but I would say these are all knives that are designed for stabbing. You know what I mean? I think if you want to have a knife, you might, for let's say a theoretical shit hit the fan type situation, you know, zombie kind of stuff. I think you want a knife for stabbing, and if you're going to do cutting, you're going to want something longer. If you want to cut something, slash something, you want something like a machete or a sword. But a knife, you're not going to be doing slashing with it, really. You're going to be stabbing. So you want something that can stab very well with a knife, I think. You know what I mean? You know, that's all theoretical anyway, but I just have a fascination for what I class as stabbing knives or, you know, fighting knives. I love a fighting knife, a knife designed for only one thing, really. You know what I mean? Pete said, first one is like a gladius or a Sparta. Yeah, Sparta. Tanto one is nice. Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? Spartan said Tanto mini katana. Yeah. Spartan surprise out banned. Yeah, I'm surprised they're not. They're probably trying to ban them one day. They must not have got onto things like that yet. Firebag, the Tanto has a strong tip, but for stabbing, not that good. Well, I always heard that's what that was for. I thought, I may be wrong, but I thought that was designed for stabbing. I mean, Firebug, try and plywood. Weapon and stuff, you should try and make or find a cheap rapier then. That's a stabbing sword. Well, for a sword, I think a sword, it don't really matter so much because you can have a sword for slashing. You know what I mean? But a knife, I think a knife is more suited for stabbing, really, isn't it? If you want it for that kind of thing, you know. You know, if I wanted to slash something, I'd want a sword or something at least that, you know, machete type of length. If I wanted to stab something, I'd want a knife designed for stabbing. But like I said, a sword is just as good though. Firebug Japanese Tanto for stabbing. All right. Simon Johnson, I'm afraid you're going to need to apply for a permit or license if you want to make or own wooden swords in the UK. There have been many deadly attacks with such lethal weapons. I know. The wooden sword epidemic. Splinters all round. Hands fucking smell of brass now. Tom Jones, a beautiful Tanto. What make is it? That is a Muella Tactical Tanto. I'll spell it for you on here. It may not actually be pronounced Muella, that's how I say it. Hard to find though. If you put that in, you'll probably just find mine. Weapon myself, yeah, would agree. Like with the Fairbairn sights, like in the other similar daggers, very efficient at what it's designed for. Peace said, watch Cold Steel new weapon testing videos to see what something like that would do to torso or pig head. Yeah, I subscribe to Cold Steel. I've seen all them. Good video, didn't they? It's horrible though. If you think, imagine if you did that, you know, like, you know, if that was a person, it's horrendous how badly they can cut into them things. Richard Smith rapier usually have a 39-inch blade, quite long for a single-handed sword. But enough. The problem with the cheap rapiers is they are too bendy, where historical ones are more rigid. Pete said gel torso. Simon Jones said, I thought Tanto tip was for armour penetration. Yeah. I don't know, but I thought they was good at stabbing anyway. Do you know what I mean? That's what I've always heard. So, do you know what I mean? Good penetrating knife. Do you know what I mean? Next is your sword band, do you think? It's a throwback from the Crusades. Could be. Brian V said, love daggers myself. The Commando knife looks old. Any story behind it? Not really that I know of, only that it was my dad's. I had to buy the sheath though. But yeah, the only stories I got is it was my dad's. We'll have to ask him if he knows anything about it. Which technically still is my dad's, but I've got it. And that me and Malcolm broke the tip off when we was little and I had to regrind it. But they're lovely, aren't they? Tom Jones said we should start a new crusade. Yeah, I bet there'd be loads of people who'd want to. Hey Drew, do you think them new Armix crossbows are as powerful as the Redback? I'm thinking of getting one or the other. Well, I haven't tested them both, but from what I've heard, the people who have got the Armix ones say they are. So, and they're people I trust, so I would assume they are then. But I've yet to see someone test them both. But they are essentially the same crossbow. And I would assume they're the same prod, or limb, whatever you want to call them. I call them prods. Just with a different, one says Armix, one says Redback. So yeah, I would definitely, I'm assuming it though, but I think they are exactly the same. Next to Julie Simon Jones, I'm in. We can have got the French again. Fish crapping, Cold Steel haven't done any of those videos for a while, have they? Yeah, I think I had one on there. Hang on, let me look on my subscriptions quickly and I'll tell you. Hang on, Fish crapping, I'll tell you in a second. Last time I had a Cold Steel video was Cold Steel Iron Proof 2008 Coburn 20 hours ago. Cold Steel Iron Proof 2018 Double Agent 20 hours ago. Where else? Yeah, I've been getting them regularly. Slightly different how they used to do it, but yeah, they're doing the old cutting stuff, cutting meat. You know what I mean? Pocket full. All right, mate. Pete said, yeah, it's a good pistol crossbow. Pistol bow. Pete said, the only difference is the front grip and the stock. Yeah. Bush crapping. I took my granddad's World War II British Army blade on my Duke of Edinburgh. Thank God it didn't lose it. I didn't lose it. Didn't realise how precious it was at the time. My granddad gave it me. Thought nothing of it. Yeah, that's the thing. You don't think nothing of it at the time. Because even if they're just sentimental things, you know what I mean? At the time, especially when you're younger, you don't cross your mind, does it? Pete said, Cold Steel started making the test vids again. Just scrapping. He only kept his medals because the family wanted them. Wish we had some medals and that, but I don't know any of that stuff went for any of my. My dad's dad couldn't fight anyway, I don't think. Some disability. But my mum's dad was in the Navy, so he must have had some. Richard Smith had the Armex Cobra R9 is supposed to be the powerfulest pistol crossbow with 240 feet with the alloy pistol butts. Is that the weird one like that you cock it at the front or wherever it is? That's not too dear, is it? I may save up Patreon money for like 5 months and get that just to test it. But not just to test it, but you know, be interesting to test. Let's grab a nice one and have a look at those cold steel vids in. Pocket full today. My little lad was so pleased with the shout out gave him last night. He wanted to know if you had any Nerf guns. I don't, but we have got a couple of Nerf guns downstairs, as my nephew's got a couple, and it was my dad who bought them in. His granddad. Yeah, so yeah, I suppose. Well, I haven't got any, but we've got a couple of Nerf guns in the house. Simon Jones says, "Do you have any Southeast Asian, non-Japanese weapons in your collection?" Not that I can think of, Matt. I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Firebug said, "Love cold steel. TTS XHP blades. The new ones mess up. The new ones messed up with grinds." Actually, I thought the Magnum crossbow pistol was £180. Which one's that? Actually, the one like with the cut off stock. There's a new one now, a fancy one with it's basically like a big pistol, like a carbine almost. Weapon Stuff said, "I think someone mentioned to me they tested the R9 recently. Said it was nowhere near the advertised strength. They said something like £30 may be mistaken there." Yeah, right. You know, that's they're only not 120 quid in there, which is dear for a pistol, but that's not too bad for a crossbow, is it? SRS pal, you right, mate? He said, "I'm in France right now, coming home tomorrow. Did you know you can buy flick knives over the counter here?" I did know that, but don't bloody bring any back, or don't don't get caught if you do. My dad, as a teenager, actually got done for that, put in a Borstal doing that. But the thing that made me laugh the most about it was him and his mate couldn't speak French either when they went. Not at all. The man, isn't it? Yeah, went to France on a fucking boat, on a ferry. Yeah. This would have probably been in like the 50s or 60s. 60s, I think, maybe early 70s, I don't know. Stuff, so you can also buy firecrackers as well, can't you? Yeah, I went to France when I was about 12, so 1992, and one of my most vivid memories is standing outside this gun shop looking in at all the balisongs, the flick knives, pump action shotguns, and that all just in the windows. I loved it. Go scrapping, buy one of those blades, take it to pieces, and post it home. It's only illegal when you assemble it, lol. SRS set past it, I'm tempted. Firecrackers are available too. But enough. I wonder if those little 4mm flowback pistols are legal in France. What are you doing over in France anyway then, SRS Power? Doing anything with shooting stuff over there while you're there? Or I know you'd make the most of it while you was there, wouldn't you? But or is it just holiday? Where was I? Yeah, cut off the stock, blazing bows. I'm tall, 6'4". Those Panther Jaguars are too short for tall chat. Right, I didn't know that. Yeah, I'm short, so never been an issue for me. That must have been a flick knife banned in 1956, if I recall. Yeah, it would have been before then. Yeah. He got done for it at the bottom. It must have been pre-1956 then. Stay true said, "If you had the choice, Redback or want to do Armex?" Well, I'll admit I like both of them. The only thing I would never use a crossbow with a short stock on, because I like using pistol crossbows with open sights, and that short stock. What happens is, if I have a short stock, sight is too close to my eye. I need it right out like that. But if my arm's right out, the stock's here, so it's no good for me. But those short stocks are perfect for using sights with, like a red dot sight or a whatever, any kind of sight. So it's personal preference. I would say they're exactly the same. Sometimes you can also buy very strong laser pens open in France. Richard Smith. I wouldn't buy the R9 crossbow myself with the folding stock crossbow is only a third of the price. Yeah. Oh, SRS Price said visiting my mum, that's all, lots of drinking. I hope you have a good time. Wrapping the stuff, you can buy very powerful laser pens from China as well. Still have a 200 megawatt focusable one that can light matches and burn wood. Brian said, my friend has a 177 paratrooper rifle in the early 70s. Have you ever seen one? It was great fun to shoot. Cock and fire mag, held lots of pellets. Never seen one since. I've got one. I've got a paratrooper rifle, but I don't have the magazine for it, and it never had one. Yeah, I've got one. It's under there, though, wrapped up in a sheet, so I can't get it out. But look on my video, search paratrooper rifle, and you should see it. It's a really flick knife. You could plug it with your, your bum. Up your bum. My wife was ready to get loads back and forth. That's right. Son said, how wide is their anus? Slingshot where I said, I'm back. Pete said, yeah, I'm going to put a red dot on my one and take the front sight off. Yeah, if you're going to use the stock, that's what you want. I'll tell you what, I want one of them, because what it'd be good for, I think, I'll have the red back for like a normal pistol, and then get one of the Armex ones with a stock, with a red dot sight on it, or whatever, you know, them kind of sights. And then it's like a mini, it's a carbine, you know, with a better sight on it. Yeah. You lot may be all right with it, but I've noticed if I hold a pistol here and try to shoot a pistol like that, it's too close. You know what I mean? Your arm needs to be right out. Yeah. But with a sight on it, they're perfect. Extra Zulu crossbows, yeah, good idea. In-house, nice shot. Weapons off, milliwatt mic, 200 megawatts would be a laser rifle. I don't know. I just saw MW and I was guessing. Pete said the front sight taken off the pistol crossbow is a little faster to load the box. Yeah, good point. Weapons off, yeah, I think I said it. I think I said before, if I use the red back close, I have a red dot and not the irons, yeah. Yeah, it's too close, and then what it is, it's too close to my eye. The fucking cutout is too big, you know. But, you know, you can aim, but it's slightly harder. It's not suitable. Pete said, yeah, the rear sight could get a little blurry. Double side bill, I always thought OTF knives were better for anal penetration. X-ray Zulu, slingshot. Not sure, buddy, but she's got a big mouth on that. I'm off to pack my bags if I can kill me when she reads this. Oh, God. Have you seen Cobra Kai? Not yet, mate, not yet. Jumble Sabu said anal, I mean. Lol. Mate said, true, the rear sight cutout is too wide. Yeah, I have that issue with a lot of guns anyway, even with my arm up. But when you've got it back close, but yeah, you know, it's not a because the thing is, it doesn't matter. You can still shoot that. You can still shoot that gun. Not gun. You can still shoot that crossbow with it out. You know, like with this. When I shoot this. Because this does the exact same thing. If I hold that like that, it's too close. So I shoot this like that, with my arms outstretched, like you would any pistol. You know what I mean? It's just, with yours, I suppose what it means, you've got two options. You can do normal shooting, but then if you wanted to, you can put a sight on it and shoot it like that, you know, close. But yeah, that's too close to my eye. it's too wide. Holding it out normal, you know what I mean? But I suppose with the stock, it gives you the option of using it both ways, because it'll be a lot steadier with the stock. Then not see the Armex does work well with a red dot. Yeah, I imagine it would. I bet it would. Yeah, I suppose you've got two options, because you don't have, just because it's got a stock, don't mean you have to shoulder it. You know what I mean? I suppose it's just another good option for it, isn't it? Another extra option. By myself, I wouldn't mind a lower power scope for a crossbow like that. Nice and compact, but get a clear reticle would be nice. Yeah, yeah. Just a little bit of magnification or something. You know what I mean? Don't need a lot. You know, maybe even just like 2 or 3 times or something. Richard Smith, I wouldn't take the front iron sight off crossbow in case the bolt tries to spin around the back at you. I had a bolt bounce around the crossbow front sight when the bolt broke in the bow. Well, I'll tell you what. Yeah, I would leave it on. Put the sight on, because I've noticed something weird. A lot of the times when you put a sight on, you know that sort of ghosting effect where you can sort of see through your hand sort of thing. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, don't you? I've noticed when looking for a sight with, I've put a telescopic sight on a crossbow before, and the front sight was actually in front of it, and you can't see it because it doesn't focus on it. You know what I mean? So you might be right. Whereas I don't really know any brands that do compact scopes though for sensible prices. No, I don't. I think WP needs to make an action film. This ain't got no magnification, has it? No. That came with. What was that? That came with one of the crossbows anyway. One of the rifle crossbows. I'm not much of an actor, slingshot warrior. You've seen my acting skills in the parody video. Roman style. I use crossbows with and without front sights. I never had an issue with either. So I've only ever had a bolt spin up once, and that was from firing a crossbow bolt in a crossbow. The bolt was the wrong size. That's all it was. You know what I mean? These things can happen, but it's never happened to me. But I don't know if you've noticed this though. I always put a front sight on my homemade crossbows though, purely for that reason, so it can't flip over. I'll put a little hoop over the end of a homemade crossbow, just even if I don't need a sight on it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, on my Airsoft M4, I have a scope on it with a front sight. No issue, as you say. You can't even see it on there, despite it being right in the center of the scope. That's weird, isn't it? You can't see it though. So I'd assume most others would probably be right. Pete said, "Yeah, I've shot a crossbow from the pistol stance, and it was unstable when you pulled the trigger because they have a heavy trigger pull." Yeah, you know, there's nothing. You know, I like that crossbow, the Armex one, and I will get one. But I think for me, I think I'd be able to shoot it better with some kind of scope on it, or you know, anything like that. I probably came with the Jaguar recurve. Yeah, I can't remember which one it was now. It's one of them. I know. But yeah, you know, from blades and bows. Slingshot warrior, I think you'd make a good filmmaker. I might be able to direct a film. I don't know about acting in it though. Need some acting lessons first. Pete said, I'm going to take it off. I use normal boats, so I'm safe enough, yeah. You know, like we said, you know, Richard said it has happened to him. And we say it hasn't happened to us. So it's not everything. You know, I've heard people say they've shot compounds and the limbs have literally exploded. You know what I mean? Well, I've never had anything like that. So, you know, it's like everything, these things can happen. You know, there's also people who don't use them, but buy some shooting goggles. Save your eyes and they're cheap. Yeah, exactly. You know, I'll tell you what I use. I don't know if I've got them in here in a minute. No. But even them, I want the eye protection you use in the shed. They're good. I've shot them full force with a crossbow before, and it hasn't gone through. So it would definitely protect your eyes from a crossbow if it sort of backfired. Do you know what I mean? And stuff. It's like with some cameras, you can focus through bars mesh, and it doesn't even appear as ghosting on the photo. No idea how you can focus through stuff. It works. Yeah, bizarre, isn't it? Having stuff I don't mind running the casting couch. Yeah, don't start that. Don't start bringing up. Don't bring up Harvey Weinstein or anything. Not saying that. Looks like. Please note, I've got the same sight with my recurve from Bows and Bows. It's a good red dot. Richard Smith, the fiberglass bolts broke when shot and string went under the bolt and the bolt stayed in the crossbow but bounced around the front sight. That's the only reason I mentioned it. Oh no, that's cool. You know, I wasn't saying nothing like, you know, yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean. Like I said, I've had a similar thing happen with it's my own fault though, because I shot a pistol crossbow bolt out of a rifle crossbow. This was years ago, like the first time I ever had a crossbow. Probably about 18 at the time. Yeah, and that flipped up and hit me in the head. But luckily it was the back side of the bolt, not the tip. Pete said, film a fake taxi. Yeah, fake taxi. I've seen that. That's enough of that. We've already gone blue enough today. I think you could write a good script and hire actors. You say lol. Yeah, we'll start going to that fucking Pornhub in a minute, wouldn't we? Yeah, it's a sensible precaution. Just never had it happen to me. Bit like the air rifle springing back. Always hold it properly, even the wrists are very low on modern air guns. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I've had that happen to me, but it was a faulty gun. So it was sort of bound to happen. It's just I was about bloody 12 at the time and didn't know there was anything wrong with it. But I always hold them down. I hold the barrel down when I put the pellet in because, you know, it's just a little extra precaution that means you definitely can't get hurt. You know what I mean? You know, I think you're totally right. But you know, like you said, you probably don't need to, but why not do it? Just makes you that turns it from like 99% safe to 100% safe, doesn't it? You know. Pete said, yeah, stay away from fiberglass bolts or arrows. The pictures on Google really put me off. Yeah, I try not to look at things like that. Because it does put you off though, doesn't it? I mean, Things Up Warrior, I was thinking more of a fight film. Well, yeah, I don't mind, yeah. I'll direct it. Anyone good at writing scripts? Me and Liam will do the casting couch. Anyone else who wants to join in that, which would be everyone. So we'll all do the casting couch. John will say Boo can write the fucking script. It's going to be a comedy then. And the fiberglass arrows, make sure they are rated for the draw of the bow. Lots of people ignore that. And make sure the arrow is in good condition before shooting. He's Warrior's laughing. Pete said, I'll be the male actor. Stage Drew said, porn video. No, this is an action film, not a porno. When I said, worst thing I had was the Cobra Tomcat hit my finger. Hurts like a bitch. That's why I prefer crossbows with front grips, because the fingers are always far away from the rail. Yeah, I do. I like that. Yeah, it's good. A lot of crossbows do that now, don't they, as well? Well, the rifles do. They deliberately have the handle, like a lumpy handle, to keep your fingers away. Yeah, it's an easy thing to do. or easy thing to forget if a finger's poking up or a. Saying about stuff like that, I may be changing the design of my crossbow that I'm making. I need to either try and incorporate a safety into it, or if I can't, I'm going to put a cocking handle on it, like the old pullback ones, so that I can have my finger behind the trigger as I cock it, and then my finger will almost act like a safety, because I've ran my fingers up behind the trigger, and then that means the trigger is always pushing up. You know what I mean? But you can't do that when you're pulling both the string up with both hands. Rumble Sour Bill, I love the old 70s porn. Make me have a braid for coconuts. Yeah, they even used to have storylines, didn't they, in the old days? I got some good memories and stuff like that. We used to hang around with one of my mates, and then we used to go around his granddad's house to see how his granddad was. And then my mate, we'd sort of keep his granddad occupied, talking about God knows what he's been doing in the day, or asking for some biscuits or something like that, while he'd creep in his granddad's bedroom, nick some of his porno VHSs. And then we'd take them back to my mate's house and watch them. So, other stuff, a lot of the pictures you see of impaled hands are actually from people using shorter arrows than the bow's draw length. When you realise the arrow tip doesn't go where it's intended. Yeah. Yeah. I like to have a good long arrow and make sure that even when it's fully cocked, there's about that much sticking over the end. I mean, it's too easy to hurt yourself. What's your favourite cartoon? Oh, I don't know. That's a good question. What, like from childhood? I did used to like Thundercats, He-Man. Well, I can't think. If you mean like nowadays, I just looked up there. King of the Hill was good, but that all depends what you mean. If you mean like childhood cartoons or like adult cartoons, because I do like Family Guy and American Dad. Childhood ones. I can't remember. I forget what ones exist, if you know what I mean. Pete said no, I think he meant hentai. Well, there's that. There's one called Yorotsuka Doji. That's quite good. Richard Smith said, "I'll do a video on the fiberglass bolt that broke on its second shot. I've still got it in the box now. Is it nice? Do that, mate." Rumble Sabu, my favourite. Fritz the Cat. Yeah, I forgot about Fritz the Cat. And what's that? Metal. Something metal. What's that? You know what I mean? Metal something metal. Fuck's it called? Heavy metal. Heavy metal, that's good. Pete said, I think you meant hentai. How do you pronounce that? Oh, you ain't gonna be able to tell me, are you? Hentai or hensha? Hentai or hensha? I've always wondered. Not that I need to know. Stay true. Fraggle Rock, yeah. But that, I don't think that was a cartoon though, was it? Beavis and Butthead. Yeah, Beavis and Butthead was excellent. Bushcraft and adult card. Oh, South Park, of course. I fucking love South Park. Yeah, that's what I mean. I forget these things. Bushcrapping, yeah. Adult cartoons, South Park is my favourite. Yeah, completely forgot. So that's what I mean. I forgot South Park existed. I love South Park. And stuff. I always liked Dilbert, probably what made me so cynical. I think I've seen some of that. Let me just check which one that is. I think I've seen some of that, but not a lot. Like, sort of barely any, if you know what I mean. They're not a Jungle Burger, great cartoon. Never heard of that. Very true. Meant Fraggle Rock down to Fraggle Rock. Well, Pete said hentai. Thought you'd know, mate. Just gave yourself away there. That was a trick. See if you knew it or not. Nah, joking. I actually genuinely didn't know. Humble Star Bill, I still think Flesh Gordon for soft porn is underrated. Brian said Hong Kong Philly, was you going to say? Brian. Yeah, look. that message of slingshots, C Lab 2020 Adult Swim Grizzlebees, that just got flagged. What would be in C Lab 2020 Adult Swim Grizzlebees? Why would that get flagged? Sure, that's not in any of my things. Pete said nanny. Richard Smith, if you're shooting an underspined arrow, it can snap all at once and impale your hand. Women and Stuff was adapted from Scott Adams comics. Some of the Dilbert books are good as well. Got one at a car boot sale years ago that's massive despite being 20 years old. It's still relevant today. Oh, nice. Yeah, well, I looked on Google when I was saying it and it did look, I recognise it. Women and Stuff, all about workplace incompetence and the stupidity of other people. Don't stop where I said, huh? What, the nanny? Yeah, I don't know either. Brian said, yeah, I'm pissed a bit. I guessed from Hong Kong. I thought it got to be Hong Kong too, surely. Stay True movie, Commando, Cobra, Universal Soldier. Oh, I got loads. I got favourite films in each genre, if you know what I mean. I couldn't tell you what my favourite film was. Elliot Hale, you right, mate? Pete said Wacky Racers, Slingshot with me. I don't know, mate. No, Brian said when I'm a bit pissed, he meant drunk. If you know, you say pissed is angry, isn't it? Pissed to us is drunk. So yeah, he means he's a bit pissed, as in he's drunk. Yeah. If an English bloke says I'm pissed, he means he's drunk. But if an American says he's pissed, it means he's angry. Where am I? I'm sorry, but it's got to be Captain Caveman. Oh, what a fancy Chitara Thundercats. In this bedroom, right, when I was a child, we had Thundercats wallpaper. To be honest, it's probably still under layers of wallpaper here. I'll have to peel a bit off one day, see if it's still there. They're not Z Dastardly and Muttley. Remember stuff, let us some steam, Bennett. He chucked the fucking thing into him. Just grapping, right, ladies, got to go. It's ready. Is there a stream tomorrow? I think there will be. I was contemplating not, but yeah, no, I will. If I say now there will be, I'll have to do it. So yeah, I'll be on tomorrow at 8:30. See you later, mate. Bush graphing, pissed off means angry in the UK. Seems worried, a real Ghostbuster. Now I understand. Yeah. If an English bloke ever said he's pissed, he means he's drunk. Yeah, see you later, bush graphing. Richard Smith. He-Man, She-Ra, Defense of the Earth. One of my favourite cartoons. Pete said nanny typically means what if it's used in a sentence? Like what you're saying. I'm 38, mate. I don't know this youth slang. And it said aye. Pete said it's Japanese. All right, I don't know this Japanese slang. Pissed is a mild swear word in the UK, but totally acceptable in the US. Slingshot Warrior, yeah, we say smashed or wasted. Rolling Stuff 93. Really old Scooby-Doos were great fun. The Headless Spectre episode was my favourite. Yeah, I used to like the old Scooby-Doos. They was good. Stay true. What range is good for the... Hang on. What range is the red back good for? No, I'm joking about the slang thing anyway, Pete. I don't know. What range would I don't know. I'd have to test it, but I reckon you'd be all right for at least. It'd still probably hit hard, at least 15, 20 meters. He's definitely that kind of distance. It'll still hit good then. I'll have to test it if you want. If you want, I'll do that. I'll do the absolute limit I can, which would probably be about 20 meters, and see how deep it penetrates still. Pete said it's not even slang a lot. Elliot Howe, Pistols of Fart. Exactly. Pete said 30 metre, I think. Yeah, I can imagine it would hit. It'd still be hitting good by at that kind of distance, wouldn't it? Then we'll Battle of the, and be accurate still. You know what I mean? Then we'll Battle of the Planets. G-Force was a great cartoon. Starfleet, which was a sci-fi puppet show, great too. Yeah, if you want then today, so I'll do that. I've written that down. I'll do that sometimes next week or something. So I wonder how many terrorist attacks Captain Scarlet predicted. I don't know. Tell you what, saying about things like that, a lot of them Stephen King books I've been reading was before some of the stuff that happened, like terrorist attack we'd had, and there's a lot of bloody similar things in his books that happened in real life as well. Yeah, some of that stuff in Captain Scarlet is bloody terrible. Peter Smith, I remember a Scooby-Doo app with a ghost that wore an old diving suit. Women's stuff reminds me of the bit in the old House of Cards series 2 where a tower block burned down, killing a load of people. Death count was identical to Grenfell. That's weird, isn't it? Bizarre, that kind of stuff. Women's stuff, yeah, that's the one with the fake cave and the glowing seaweed. I can't recollect them as good as you lot can, I tell you, the old Scooby-Doo apps. But yeah, in that Mr. Mercedes, I'm going to give away some of the plot now. So if you don't want me to spoil some of Mr. Mercedes, tell me now, or stop listening for the next minute. I'll give it a second if you don't want me to say, but there's at least 3 things, 2 that I can remember definitely in Mr. Mercedes that happened in real life, nearly identical. But I won't tell you what because they'd spoil it. Do you know what I mean? Unless you want to know. Rather than stuff, Scooby-Doo was good until they had his Scrappy. Yeah. Mike, you ever watch Tales of the Unexpected, mate? Great twist at the end of those. I've watched a couple, but that would have been before my time, I think. When it was on originally, obviously, I know I could watch repeats, and I have. But I ain't watched loads of them. Pete said you should get Todd Stuffed Dagger soon because it'll be on back order for a while. What one's that? I'll have a look in a minute. I'll tell you what, I'll write it down and have a look. Richard said, I wonder if old diving suit would make a good NBC hit. Could do. It probably would, wouldn't it? You have to have a filter on the end of the pump, though. You know what I mean? Or have where the air pump goes in, stick a filter on it. I like that episode. It was quite creepy with the 2 green giggling ghosts in the mansion. Right, was I? Right, off in about 15. From the stuff, the old Steve Gorman suits were pressurized, so yeah. Issue is they weigh too much. Casually walk around. Pete said the Quillian dagger I showed you a while ago. Yeah, I've written that down now, mate. I'll look up that what kind of price it is. But the only thing is I'd have to get because I literally don't have any money. I've got 70p. That's it. And that's the truth as well. That's all of the money I've got in the world. 70p and 10p in my PayPal. So yeah, I have to wait for the Patreon money for that. Then not the jump but I remember that. It was bloody good. I still have a book somewhere as well. Yeah, don't forget now, anyone, if you ever want to support this channel, there's a Patreon account. You can shop at GearBest, but you can also now shop at amazon.co.uk and amazon.com. So if you're English or British, you can buy stuff. Use my links below to go to amazon.co.uk, buy stuff, and then I'll get 7 to 10% of what you spend. Look in the more info section. Actually, put your arrow onto the video and you'll see an exclamation mark in a circle. Click that and do the poll for me as well. Firebug, how far from London do you live? Don't know about miles, but half an hour drive on the motorway, I think. Buckinghamshire. Day 2 said we'll keep an eye out for the redback test, mate. I'm off. It'll come in about a week, I reckon, mate. See you later. Pete said, and we all have a collection for the new dagger for Mike. Yeah, dirt, mate. I'm up for that. I'm holding up my metaphorical dagging cup now. Fill it up for the Quillian dagger. Richard Smith said, got to go, got tablets, is about flat, take care. See you later, mate. Roman says, what about the book then? Sorry, Matt, I don't know what you mean. Getting mixed up here, hang on. Roman says, so what about the book then, Pete? We should do one new helmet for weapons and stuff. We got it, Pete. You may not have been here earlier. Roman said, my Patreon money is within £1 of getting a Mark 7 helmet with cover and scrim net. Yeah, all the last Patreon money I spent on all little things to help the channel. You know what I mean? Batteries for stuff, battery for the laser. Oh yeah, Weaver rail. Fuck it, I can't remember what I bought now. There's all stuff that, you know, Weaver rail, 20 coin batteries, 8 laser batteries, black kydex, 100 rivets, peep mount, normal mount, and some eye bolts. Oh shit, yeah. Weapon stuff. Oh yeah, in that book there's someone who runs people over, dives into a crowd, kills people, and then there's another one who goes to a concert filled with little girls watching a group trying to blow himself up. Yeah, and that was before them things was happening over here. But then that's not like them things have never happened before, is it? You know what I mean? But where am I? When the stuff yet when it comes, Mark 7 is Kevlar level 3 3A. The same as the PS GT. Oh, saying that, I get weird ideas in my dreams sometimes about making stuff. And I had a thought, I'd have to think about it and see if it would work, about possibly buying some, it wouldn't be perfect, but it'd be all right, buying some cheap body armor and somehow wrapping that round a helmet, you know, or even a hard hat. It might work. I don't know. I'd have to look into it. But I get these. I wake up with ideas sometimes, and my mind must be thinking of things in my sleep. It'd be a good way to get a cheap helmet and make it a bit more, you know, bulletproof sort of thing, I suppose. Do you know what I mean? Pete said, I have a helmet. I ain't got none. Bullfrog said, buddy, I'll get back on here and it's almost over. Dang. Yeah, 10 minutes and then I'll have to be off. Been going on just about random stuff again. You know how it is, don't you? Pete said you need a pretty flexible panel to wrap around a helmet, to be honest. Oh, let me show you something quickly. This ain't actually my stuff, but this is bullet resistant armor, second chance armor. Hang on. This ain't stab proof, this is bulletproof. You look how soft that is. I think that would easily wrap around a helmet. Humble Sober, the only dreams I have about making is love. It's my best mate's missus. Fuck's sake. Other stuff, I always dream about bad stuff happening. When I wake up, it takes me a while to realise it was only a dream. Yeah, I wake up with bloody ideas about things that must have been playing in my bloody head. You know what I mean? Fibre. I know what you mean about the flexibility, though, Liam. My one, my proper, well, not proper one. These are proper as well, but my brand new one would not flex like this. These are but yeah, see, it's quite good, isn't it? That would go round. But yeah, this is pure bullet. There's no stab protection, but you wouldn't need stab protection with a helmet, would you, anyway? Firebug. In that Patreon, it says $10 a month. It means it takes $10 every month. Sorry, my grandma got drunk. Yeah, if you do the $10 one, it will take $10 a month. But you can do $1 a month if you want. If you go on there, you do $1 a month if you want. You know, it's up to you, do what you want. But there are quite a few people who do 10. Yeah. You can do $1, $2, $5, $10 on there. But yes, monthly. Look in the more info section of this video for other sort of ways to donate if you wanted to, Firebug. I appreciate it if you did, but stuff, yeah, that's more flexible than mine. I assume it's because there's no chainmail in it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is just bullet resistant, you know. Ballistic level 3A. I. How good's that? I can never remember if 3 eyes is good or whatever it is. Ones. Whatever it be. Level 3A, whatever. I'm going to put this back quickly. Yeah, that's actually mine. Captain Bogrel used to dream a lot when I was a kid. Nowadays, it's few and far between. I dream quite a lot. I love having a good dream. Other stuff. Just remember with Patreon, you get to add VAT. Captain Bogrel dreamt about dinosaurs attacking my school. I've seen Jurassic Park. I had one dream where my toys came to life and tried to kill me. I had a lucid dream and I stamped on them. Yeah, I had a lucid dream about one of the talking about He-Man, weirdly enough, one of the monsters in He-Man. And I jumped down the stairs and its spike went straight through my chest and I woke up with the pain in my chest. Pete said, Mike just sent you a picture of my helmet. I'll check it out. Better be the kind of helmet that goes in your head though, otherwise I'm blocking you. Weapon stuff. Level 3A is most pistol calibers. Weapon stuff. So same as modern Kevlar helmets. And stop most pistol rounds at close range, but rifles would need to be very far away and lucky. Yeah, I might try it one day, Liam. If I can get cheap one of that kind of stuff, I might see if you can wrap it around some kind of smaller helmet and then put some camouflage stuff over it. See what it looks like. You know, it might look alright. Might not work at all. I just woke up with that thought in my head. I'll give it a go. Pete said, I think the helmet I have is Serbian. I'm Serbo. I used to have shit scared of the Chewits advert with the monster eating buildings in London. Original ad from the 70s. So, Firebug. I could do a one-time donation now. I have no job right now. Maybe next time. It's all right, mate. You don't need to, but you're probably as skint as I am then. But I appreciate it. Thank you. So I had a lucid dream about cutting people at chainsaws. Yeah, I've had weird dreams about attacking like hammers, shit like that. Very weird. Pete said, wow. Bullfrog, go to London tomorrow till Monday, so I won't be on the stream anyway. What are you doing in London then, mate? Anything in particular? Anything particular? Other stuff, give total protection from birdshot and buckshot though. Yeah, I'll probably give it a go. If I can get it cheap, might be worth it. Just to, I don't know, see if it works, isn't it? You know what I mean? Yeah, so I promised I'll be on now, so I'm going to have to be on now. I'll check out some of these things I wrote down. I'll keep them knives out for next time because whoever asked might want to see them. The scariest nightmare I had as a kid was when my dad was trying to murder me. He'd keep popping up outside the windows, pointing at me and laughing, then he'd chase me around. Yeah, we should have I'll tell you what, tomorrow, if we're all on, we'll have to talk about dreams and that, because I've had some pretty freaky dreams. I've had multiple dreams where I've been killed in them, I've been crushed to death in dreams. I've fell off buildings and hit the ground and woke up. I've been crushed to death in a little room in a space, in like a UFO once, in a dream. And that was so real that I thought it was real until I had my head crushed and then woke up. I mean, yeah, I've had 2 dreams where I've had my head, and I could feel my head being crushed like that. And then at the moment it crushed in, I woke up. Quite freaky and horrible at the time, you know what I mean? The first dream I can remember was some head coming up through the floor and saying it was going to kill me. Never had a nightmare before. I was so convinced it was real. Yeah, that sounds horrible, to be honest. Especially if he was young. See you later, Pete. Must have been 3 or something. Still having to remember that bold, scary face. Yeah, that sounds horrible if you was a kid. Firebug got ripped off in Germany, going to UK next week. Where do you come from then, Firebug? Right, that's half past now, so I'm going to do my see you laters now. So, as I promised I'd be on tomorrow, I'm going to come on even if I don't want to. To be honest, as soon as I'm on the streams, I enjoyed them anyway. But, yeah, I'll just read these last comments and I'll be off. I'll be on tomorrow, same time. Evans, I said, yeah, the nightmare was in the exact room at the time, or exact bedroom at the time. So it wasn't like instantly knew it didn't happen upon awakening. Right. So yeah, you were dreaming about that room. Yeah, freaky. Number 7, I had a reoccurring dream as a kid of a man dressed in a gorilla suit trying to get me. I had to keep jumping over my parents' bungalow to get away from him. Yeah, bizarre dreams, aren't they? Brian V, good night, mate. Yeah, so Firebug. Oh, Lithuania, right. Yeah, come to the UK, you like it over here. I say that, getting worse over here now, you know what I mean? Go to the right areas, you like it. But yeah, that'll do tonight then. We're already 1 minute over. So I'll see you all tomorrow. So see you later. Liam, Firebug, Double Sabu, Brian, Deb Not Z. Who else is on? Bullfrog. Gary Jacob just come back on. Yeah, can't see the comments now. Right, I'm going to have to go. The comments have disappeared. There's no point in me refreshing the thing. So I'll see you all tomorrow about 8:30 if you're on. Right, see you later.